In the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
You can have all the fun of your favorite sports bar in the privacy of your own home with K&K Music, your man cave superstore. K&K is your official Old House and pool table dealer. We have used pool tables, NCAA licensed cornhole games, and stand-up arcade video game machines. So play some pool, watch the game, and play cornhole, all in the privacy of your own man cave. K&K Music, your man cave superstore with the coolest showroom in town. Stop by and check us out. K&K Music, located on Washington Street in Bluefield, just off Route 460.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
Mercer County Health Department, located conveniently between Bluefield and Princeton here in the heart of Mercer County, is now offering clinical services for our community. Focusing on family planning, women's health, and adult and children vaccinations, our practitioners are available 5 days a week for all your medical needs. Mercer County Health Department, here to serve you.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
My name is Edmund Smith. My bachelor's degree of science and nursing, it definitely prepared me to handle situations such as a pandemic. I mean, you learn different skills and you study different disease processes. They set you up to be able to handle these types of things effectively. And I'm a nurse practitioner hospitalist, and that means I admit people to the hospital alongside an attending physician, and we continue their care until they're ready to be discharged to go home.
Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
At Cole Chevy, our certified GM parts specialists have over 80 years of combined experience. Accessorize your vehicle with running boards, tonneau covers, and all-weather floor mats. At Cole Chevy, it's not just the parts you can trust, it's the people.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
At the start of the ball game, what were your takeaways from that performance?
It was an outstanding performance last week by the Bluefield Beavers on outstanding team effort, especially on defense.
The young guys, I thought the underclassmen really acquitted themselves very well. We had 2 or 3 who jumped off of the roster and into the scorebook last week.
Yes, Keyshawn Smith scored, as well as several other of the Beavers, and it was just the offensive effort was good, and as well as the defensive effort with the shutout until the subs went in.
Oak Hill, a run-heavy attack. It's the exact about face from what we faced last week against Tazewell. Wing T, old school football. Early in the year, Bluefield vulnerable to the run. How do you think the Beavers will go? It looks like they've been trending to be a little more stingy against the run.
The Beavers were susceptible to the run early in the season, and they caused them problems, and they lost 4 of the first 4 games and won 3 out of the last 4.
So Bluefield right now, as Paul said, riding the crest of a 2-game winning streak. One thing for Bluefield, I think, in this game, Paul, is to keep Oak Hill off schedule, particularly on first down. They're a run-first and run-often team, and when you get them a bit behind the sticks with a negative yardage play on first down or a no-gain play, then it stretches them a little bit to try to make those 10 yards in just 2 carries. But they've got 2 big, strong backs.
Yes, they come into the game with like 7 seniors on their roster, which is including a fullback and as well as the senior quarterback.
Earlier this week, I talked to Bluefield coach Fred Simon about tonight's game. That interview follows these messages. You are listening to Bluefield Beaver Pregame on WKOY, 100.9 FM, and WKOYRocks.com.
Welcome to the Club on the Green. More than just a country club, we're a place for people to make unforgettable memories. Our professional event planners take your event to the next level with exquisite in-house catering and hospitality. Come see our newly renovated venue, interior bathrooms, meeting rooms, and stunning outdoor greenery. The Club on the Green is the perfect setting for your wedding, family reunion, or corporate event. Book your visit today. Here at the Bill Cole Auto Mall, we're all about you, our customers. That's why we're proud to introduce Service My Way, an experience that gives you complete control over your vehicle's maintenance needs.
Plan your service from home or work with our online scheduler. We'll even pick up and return your vehicle once your service is completed.
You'll receive photos and videos of recommendations that can be approved in seconds from your phone or tablet.
Servicing your vehicle at your convenience, what could be better? Service My Way, exclusively at the Bill Cole Auto Mall.
The Ramey Automotive Group on 100.9 WKOY.
Coach Simon, an impressive performance last Friday against Tazewell, scoring 46 unanswered points to start the game. Your takeaways from that effort?
A lot of things went right for us early, and was very pleased with what happened, being a very good football team. You know, when you get turnovers and you open up with the kickoff return of the very first play of the game, everything kind of went in sync last week, and I was happy for our team and our coaching staff and our community. It was nice to have everything go positive for a change.
We knew coming in that Tazewell had an excellent quarterback and some prolific receivers, but I thought another key, in addition to that tone setter when Jeffrey King returned the opening kickoff so deep, was your defense generated big-time pressure. I can't remember a time. I guess it looked almost like RJ had 5 or 6 deflections himself, and you got their quarterback off his spot and forced him to go into a short pass game, which resulted in the defense being able to jump some routes and so forth. That was really, I thought, a solid effort by your defense.
Well, it was one of the better defensive efforts we've had all year, which I was very pleased with. And RJ tipping those passes was big. He had, 1 or 2's nice, but when you get more than 1 or 2, you've had a heck of a game, and he did a super job there.
Some relatively new faces made a ton of plays early on and throughout the course of the game while it was still in the balance. Your young guys are growing through more reps, and And I know that has to be heartening to you as a head coach to see some folks, Keyshawn Smith, King, Grady Woods, and some of these guys really coming on like gangbusters.
Well, they're finally getting to play a little bit, and the more you play, the easier it becomes. And I was happy for them, our young guys. Defensively, we only had 2 seniors out there playing defense, and I thought defensively it was definitely a step in the right direction.
This team is so much more efficient than it was early in the season. One thing's noted, you had 4 penalties by my count last week, 3 the week before, and it looks like the team is so much more efficient getting plays in from the sideline and getting them out and running. You don't have any late snap clock pressure where you've got to try to hustle and get something or use a timeout. But it also seems like when you go no huddle now, if you get something going, some continuity and some defenses off balance, that you're really able to keep them on their heels.
Well, we've simplified it in certain ways, but I think we've done a fine job and gotten better at, you have to get a feel for your players. And with our schedule, you don't have much time to get a feel for them, but as we've gotten a feel for it, I think we've been able to execute better with our situation of players.
Last year to this year, there were some differences, but the net impact was last year's team opened up rather slowly and then really caught fire during that stretch run and made quite a bit of noise in postseason. I know postseason's a possibility if Bluefield takes care of business against 2 very good teams, but there's almost a sense of deja vu in terms of where you are entering Week 9 this year versus where you are this week this game Week 9 last year.
Well, I think there are similarities, but you have a different team. You hope they'll all react. And like you said, we have 2 tough games, and one runs like crazy, the other passes. So we're going to have to be prepared for the run, which has been a nemesis to us the last few games. We haven't stopped the run like I'd like to, so this will be a good test for us.
Oak Hill played Princeton really tough early in the year. They're 5-3, as you noted. They've got a couple of young and physical running backs. What's a scouting report on the Red Devils?
I think they're better defensively than they were last year. Offensively, they were good. That they run the wing T offense. I think they're definitely as good, if not better, than last year. So I think they're a heck of a football team. They've lost to Princeton. They've lost to Cabell Midland, and let me think of the other team. That they've lost to 3 tough teams. Independent. So the 3 teams they've lost to are very competitive, and we would have a hard time beating them too.
Injuries and availability of players going into this one.
Everybody's ready to go.
That's a great thing for a coach to say entering Week 9. Coach Simon, thanks so much for taking your time, making it ours. Good luck in tonight's game against Oak Hill. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY, 100.9 FM, and online at WKOYRocks.com.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
My name is Edmund Smith. My bachelor's degree of science and nursing, it definitely prepared me to handle situations such as a pandemic. I mean, you learn different skills and you study different disease processes. They set you up to be able to handle these types of things effectively. I'm a nurse practitioner hospitalist, and that means I admit people to the hospital alongside an attending physician, and we continue their care until they're ready to be discharged to go home.
On 100.9 WKOY.
On a cool and crisp Friday night at Mitchell Stadium, let's get to it because the teams are rapidly approaching the opening kick. First of all, the starting lineup for our guests from Oak Hill. For the Red Devils, double tight end look, Braylon Thomas on one side, 165, and a senior. On the other side is senior Jeremiah Jackson. Jackson, 200 pounds and 6 feet tall. The tackles are a pair of juniors. Colton Naylor on one side, 6'4" and 250. Desmond Mack on the other side, 6'5" and 265. The guards, Adam Long, 190 and a junior, and Mason McMullen.
McMullen, a 5'8", 185 junior. And Brandon Champion is the center. He's 5'9", 235, and the sophomore. He'll be snapping to quarterback Alex Colasino, 5'10", 150, and a senior. Ethan Vargo Thomas, a very talented wingback, 5'11", 180, and a senior. He's been a clutch player all 4 years at Oak Hill in football and in basketball. The two backs in the backfield in the wing T will be Alex Baxter, a 200-pounder at fullback, and the running back, the halfback, in the old school halfback with split backs, is 200-pound sophomore J.D. Maritz. Interestingly, in last week's win against Buchanan Upshur, Paul, those two guys each had over 100 yards rushing, so it lets you know this is going to be an old school game. And I would think, too, that what Oak Hill does on first down, as we talked about, is going to be one key. But both teams have at least some playoff ramifications as a result of the outcome of this game moving forward.
Yes, Oak Hill, I'm sure, is looking towards the playoffs in AAA. And, of course, every game is a playoff game for the Beavers. They have to win them all.
And for Bluefield, quickly, the ends, Sincere Fields and R.J. Hairston. The tackles, Landon Tabor and Chance Yost. Omarion Walton and Zach Overton pair up at the guard spots. Dane Robinson, the middleman on the 7-man front for Bluefield. Quarterback Caleb Fuller last week threw for 150, ran for 2 scores, and threw for 3. Braden Fong will be one flanker. He is 185 and a senior. He's really come on in this, his final year. And Jeffrey King, whose stock has rapidly risen, a 5'11 and 155-pound sophomore. Gerard Wade, the feature back, is a 185-pound junior. That concludes pregame activity. Tonight's Bluefield Oak Hill game coming up next on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
She posted about it.
You can have all the fun of your favorite sports bar in the privacy of your own home with K&K Music, your man cave superstore. K&K is your official Old House and pool table dealer. We have used pool tables, NCAA licensed cornhole games, and stand-up arcade video game machines. So play some pool, watch the game, and play cornhole, all in the privacy of your own man cave. K&K Music, your man cave superstore with the coolest showroom in town. Stop by and check us out. K&K Music, located on Washington Street in Bluefield, just off Route 460.
Watch the latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
Toss has been determined. Oak Hill will receive. They won the toss, and they'll take it right to left across your dials and your screens, heading into the first quarter of play. Bluefield defending the scoreboard and goal line. Bluefield wearing its homestanding maroon uniforms with white numerals and the traditional triple stripe on the back of the Bluefield High School helmets. The Beavers 3-5. Having turned their season around a bit, heading toward 500. They need a big win tonight, and then we'll think about next week. But taking care of business right now against a talented Oak Hill team, 5-3, the 3 teams that they have lost to, all are terrific teams, blue chip teams in AA and AAA in the state of West Virginia. Oak Hill wearing its traveling white double knits with red numerals and black helmets. So the Red Devils normally have a black pants, white top, traveling combination, but tonight, new set, a little bit easier on the eyes for a broadcaster where you can pick up those numbers a little more quickly. You'll remember a few weeks ago when Woodrow Wilson broke out some camouflage jerseys that were so good that nobody could read the numbers. So tonight, I don't have any excuses if I miscall something. The Beaver Band now heading off the field as the Beavers have made their way, and Oak Hill on the far side. A fairly modest-sized crowd, a lot of folks disguised as empty chairs in Mitchell Stadium, and the 10,000-seat capacity of the stadium amplifies the fact that it's not a normal crowd for this time of year, partially because so many things going on. Graham here last night, big win against Pulaski County. The G-men thumped them 41-14 in that game. Elsewhere in the area, Princeton travels to Bridgeport. That's a big one in AAA. Tazewell looks to rebound against Marion. At Marion, Lakeview hosts Wyoming East. Tulsa is at Mount View. And we've got Montcalm unbeaten at Meadow Bridge. James Monroe unbeaten is at Liberty Raleigh. Bluefield, Francisco has it teed up, and he will kick it off to one of three deep men. This one kind of squibs, takes a bounce in front of Ethan Vargo Thomas at the 25, running up the numbers, wrapped as he gets just to the 30-yard line and thrown down at the 33. I believe that was Francisco, the guy who kicked off, also made first contact on special teams. So Oak Hill, decent field position at the 33-yard line of the Red Devils. They'll move it closer to the 34. Glad you're with us on this football Friday night from the venerable Mitchell Stadium. Unbalanced line to the left side, wing T. They run it to the left side, and this will be Moritz fit for short yardage as he crosses the 35 to the 36. Fuller comes up from the secondary along with Sincere Fields to make the play-stopping hit. You always get a little bit of an uneasy feeling when your quarterback comes up and ends up at the bottom of a pile on defense. 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 for the Devils. They'll split an end. That's Braden Thomas to this side, wingback in motion. They hand it to the lone setback, and driving right up the middle is the fullback, Baxter, and Baxter drilled as he got very short yardage to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the carry, on the 2 carries combined, and now it's 3rd down and 7. Opening minute of play from Mitchell Stadium. Next week, Ridgeview, unbeaten. But right now the Beavers' focus has to be on the task at hand. Oak Hill in the game's first possession. Ball midway between the hashes, wing on the left side and a slot on the right side, and it's Vargo Thomas in motion, and they'll counter back to the left side, running to the outside and getting close to first down yardage, or very close to it, is the fullback Baxter. Baxter with some tenacious running got across the 40 to about the 42 and a half, perhaps about a yard and a half shy of the first down. Looked like for a moment he was going to get it, but Bluefield was able to stem the tide. So it's 4th down and 1. And they will show punt Vargo Thomas as Bluefield drops Sincere Fields and Fuller double deep. Line of scrimmage is the 42.5, 43. Low snap. Vargo Thomas left foot's out, a wobbling driving kick. Fuller Fields at the 34, and Fuller will run out of bounds across the 34 to the 42. Did a nice job handling that short hop, Paul, and saved Bluefield about another 15 yards on the AstroTurf hop. So from 143 to the other 44, that's a 23-yard punt.
Good defensive stop by the Beavers.
Fuller getting a hand in a whole bunch of stuff. Returning kicks now, in addition to playing offense and defense. So Bluefield's first possession at the Beaver 43 after Oak Hill went 3 and out. They take over at their 42. Bluefield sends 2 wide either way, running a spread with 1 back, Wade, on the right hip of the quarterback, Fuller, as they signal into play with 12 on the snap clock. Fuller surveys a 4-man front. Here's the snap, and he quick hits it to Wade. Wade bounces across the 45, takes tacklers with him with second effort, gets first down at the Oak Hill 46 yards after contact by Gerard Wave on a determined run. He was hit initially at about his 48, and he took folks for a ride to the Oak Hill 46. 12 yards on the carry for Gerard Wade. So 1 snap, 1 first down for the Beavers. Obviously the game's first down, and the Beavers now in Oak Hill territory. Wide side of the field to the left, same formations, split 2 either way. This time they'll hand this to Wade again. Wade loses the football, and Oak Hill picks it up, and Oak Hill is scrambling, and it'll be Fuller to drag the Oak Hill recoverer on the play, Adam Long, on a return of the fumble to the Bluefield 34-yard line. Oak Hill had gotten good penetration, and the play was, timing was blown up a little bit by that, and Wade was separated from the football. Long got it, and Fuller saved an even longer fumble recovery return. So Bluefield the turnover, and Oak Hill in business at the Beaver 34. 9:23 left in the opening quarter as the Red Devils go wing left, slot right. Man in motion across the formation. They counter to Collins, and Collins drilled at the point of attack. That was Bluefield's Patton, who came up from a linebacker spot. Textbook stopped, and he after a 1-yard gain, turned him around and put him on his wallet. 2nd down and 9. That was textbook on that one. Just stopped him cold after the very short gain. 2nd and 9 at the Beaver 33. No score. Bluefield fumbled its second snap from scrimmage after forcing a punt. Oak Hill motions a man across the formation and trying to sweep it to the right side is Malachi Lewis. Lewis, as Bluefield pursues nicely, strings out the play along the sideline. And that time Gerard Wade flying over from the opposite linebacker spot along with R.J. Hairston to stop him after about a half-yard gain. We'll call it 3rd down and a short 9 for the Red Devils. 8:35 and counting. Oak Hill at the Bluefield 33-yard line. Vargo Thomas has solid distance if it comes down to a field goal, but they'd need to perhaps get another 7 or 8 yards to get within his kicking range. Oak Hill sends one man to the left side. Slot left, split backs, wing T. Snap. And they'll run the inside reverse. And tackled after short yardage is Oak Hill's Ethan Vargo Thomas. Ran the scissor play, or the double handoff. Vargo Thomas on the counter gets down to the Bluefield 29. So a 4-yard gain brings up 4th and 5. Doubt that he'll kick a field goal. If they did, it would be a 46-yarder. So Oak Hill looking to the sideline to get the play call on this 4th down at the Bluefield 29 after the early Beaver turnover. Colasino goes to the sideline to get the snap. They break the huddle with under 10. Quickly they hustle to the line of scrimmage. Split left, wing left. And Bluefield encroaches. Tyquise Powell got into the neutral zone, and Oak Hill will get a 1st down the easy way.
It was 1 second on the snap clock, Jim.
So they'll take it down to the 24-yard line and take a look to see if it is, in fact, a 1st down. The official signal 1st down, so Oak Hill a new set of downs at the Bluefield 24-yard line. No score. We've played about 4.5 minutes in a rapidly paced first quarter. Oak Hill sprints to the line of scrimmage with 6 on the snap clock. Thomas is a split into the right side. Vargo Thomas a wing on the left side. Sweep goes to the left side, and pounding it off tackle is J.D. Moritz. Moritz gets positive yardage down to the 22-yard line. Make it to 23, a 1-yard gain. And for Bluefield, it looked like Powell was active in the secondary or at the linebacker spot to make initial contact. Early ball game, Oak Hill with that second chance, trying to make Bluefield pay for the mistake. Wing left, split backs. Snap, play faking quarterback Colasino drops right, fires a pass to the right side. The pass is caught by Vargo Thomas for the touchdown. 23-yard touchdown. Colasino threw a strike. Vargo Thomas caught it at the goal line for the score. First pass of the night for Oak Hill pays dividends in a big way in the Bluefield turnover. Cost Bluefield, they gave Oak Hill a short field with the turnover, and the Red Devils grabbed opportunity by the throat. 6 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in the opening quarter as Oak Hill draws first blood. 23-yard pass, Colasino to Vargo Thomas. Vargo Thomas, a left-footed soccer-style kicker, will attempt to tack on point number 7 out of the Colasino hold. Snap, placement, and the kick. And the kick is good. So as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Oak Hill 7, Bluefield nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss. 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy's Body Shop is equipped with the latest collision repair techniques and the capability to repair your car's critical safety features. That's why we're a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. Make your vehicle repair less stressful and pick the iCar Gold Class Certified Body Shop at Cole Chevy.
Dale's Chiropractic in Bluefield, Virginia.
Back to the Bluefield Beavers. AOY.
Bluefield drops Wade Sincere Fields, and on the far side it looks like Keyshawn Smith as the 3 deep to await the kickoff from Vargo Thomas. Oak Hill a 3 and out. They punted. Bluefield fumbled its second snap. Oak Hill recovered and returned it to inside the Bluefield 40 and mounted a short drive. The key play was the touchdown, a 23-yard pass to Colosino. Bluefield jumped offside on a 4th down and 5 to give Oak Hill a new opportunity and a new set of downs, and the Red Devils maximized upon it. Center deep is Sincere Fields at his own 5-yard line. The run up and the sidewinder kicks it off. High driving kick that will be fielded at the goal line by Bluefield's Sincere Fields at the 18 to the 20, still on his feet, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 to midfield, cuts back, stays on his feet, 45, and it's Wade, not Sincere Fields, but Wade who takes it back, trying to, I guess, atone for that bobble last time, and he gets it all the way down to the 33. Looked like he was dead to rights at his own 20, broke that tackle, and then upfield messed up a couple of folks' tackling angles as he found another gear and was able to cut back to the middle of the field and evade another would-be tackle and get all the way from the goal line down to the Oak Hill 33, 67 yards on the kickoff return. So Bluefield sees if they can answer. 1st and 10, wide side of the field will beat to the left side for Fuller and company. The snap. Looks left, fires a pass to the left side. Toward the goal line he comes. Bobbled and incomplete at the goal line. Nice defense coming over to defend on the play. They look for R.J. Hairston on the deep out route, and he was defended that time by Eli Gray. Hairston at 6'4", Gray at 5'6", and Gray was able to get up and knock the ball out of R.J.'s grasp. So 2nd and 10 for Bluefield. They do like that matchup, though. He's got about a 10-inch height edge, does R.J. Hairston. Spread formation, 2 wide either way. Fuller the snap. A quick look into Fong, complete at the 30. Fong, 25, cuts it north and south and gets down to the 20. So a 12-yard pass completion. And a new set of downs for the Beavers. Bluefield's first completion, their second first down. A lot of attention being paid to RJ on the outside, and Fong on the drag route over the middle was open. They operate from the left hash mark, taking it left to right. 1st and 10 at the Oak Hill 21-yard line. Oak Hill up 7-0. Trips right for Bluefield. 1 to the left side, that's Hairston. Shotgun for Fuller. Fuller will keep it himself. Fuller running ahead to the 15-yard line. Takes people with him all the way down to the 14. So Fuller, a nice first down quarterback keeper. That was not a read option. That was a quarterback keeper all the way down to the 14 from the 22, a gain of 8. Make it 7, and it's 2nd down and 3 as it looks like they need to get to the 11. 5:18 and counting. Bluefield now repeats the formation as they go trips right. Fuller looks to the left side, the slant to the left side to Hairston, to the 5, to the 3, and Hairston's knocked off his pins at the 3-yard line. Made the first man miss, did RJ, and coming over to close the deal was Mike Spack, a senior defensive back, or sophomore defensive back. So back-to-back intermediate pass completions for Bluefield have the Beavers within 3 yards of the promised land. Fuller in the huddle with 16 on the snap clock. Will send them to the line of scrimmage. Robinson spins over the football. Bluefield deploys with trips to the right side. Fuller will keep it himself. Fuller tucks it inside, drives for the goal line. Fuller fights for it, and did he break the plane? He does. Fuller with second effort and an assist from Gerard Wade got a bit of the bush push and was able to get into the end zone from 3 yards out. So Caleb Fuller, after the long 67-yard kickoff return, put Bluefield in business, caps a 4-play, 33-yard drive with a 3-yard touchdown run. And Bluefield will go for 2 to try to take the lead. That score came with 4:33, exactly 2 minutes since the Oak Hill score. So in the words of Hank Stram, they scored with alacrity. 2-point conversion time for Bluefield. The 2-point conversion formation is 2 to the right side. Pistol for Fuller. Fuller toss sweep to the right side to Wade. Wade in all kinds of trouble in the backfield, and the 2-point conversion is no good as Oak Hill filters in and drags him down at about the 8. So as we come back up the field, clock has stopped the field to score. Oak Hill 7, Bluefield 6. Back with the Bluefield kickoff in a half minute. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
At Cole Chevy, our certified GM parts specialists have over 80 years of combined experience. Accessorize your vehicle with running boards, tonneau covers, and all-weather floor mats. At Cole Chevy, it's not just the parts you can trust, it's the people.
Back to the Bluefield Beavers on 100.9 WKOY.
4 plays and 33 yards. Nice kickoff return is what lit the fuse for Bluefield. Those 2 intermediate pass completions for Bluefield got them deep. 1 to Fong and 1 to Hairston, and they were able on back-to-back carries by Fuller to punch it into the end zone. Robinson will kick it away for Bluefield, and Oak Hill has center deep Omar Lewis. He's flanked on one side by Malachi Lewis and on the other side by Vargo Thomas. .433 remaining in the opening quarter. Back and forth game. Bluefield turnover set up Oak Hill. A long kickoff return by Wade set up Bluefield. Kickoff, this time an end-over-end kick that will sail out of bounds inside the 20. So Oak Hill can take it at the 35 or have Bluefield re-kick. Last week homecoming. Next week the regular season comes to a close. It's senior night as Ridgeview comes calling. Red Devils will opt to take it at the 35-yard line. They'll operate with Alex Colosino, who threw a touchdown pass last time he touched the ball. Unbalanced line to the right side. Wing T split in on the left side. Snap. They hand it to Moritz running right. Moritz chased down from behind on that sweep to the right side. Wade and King double team to make the stop after about a 4-yard gain. Make it a 3-yard gain to the 38-yard line. Oak Hill dominating time of possession early. Bluefield would like to get them off the field with a 3 and out and try to seize the lead. Wide side of the field to the left on 2nd down and 7 for the Red Devils from their 38-yard line. Wing T for Oak Hill. The snap. They cut it back to the left side, and this is Baxter. Baxter wrapped up first by Bluefield's Patton, and Wade coming in to assist. Off the bottom of the pile was Grady Woods, and R.J. Hairston weighed in as well. Loss of a yard back to the 37 brings up 3rd down and 8. 3:29 counting in the opening quarter. 7-6 Oak Hill. Oak Hill with a split left, wing on the left side, and a flanker left. Short drop, they fire a screen pass to the left side to Omar Lewis. Lewis breaks tackles, and Lewis gets close to the 1st down as he evaded the first stop effort. For Bluefield, Tyquise Powell turned him back to the middle, and it was Gerard Wade who stopped him just shy, I believe, of the 1st down at the 44-yard line. So a 7-yard completion on a 3rd and 8. 4th down and 1 for the Red Devils. Oak Hill going for it. Under center is Colasino. Bluefield bluffs blitz. Sweep to the left side. They look to get to the outside. Dragging tacklers for the first down is Maritz. Tough running by the 200-pound sophomore. And he wades his way forward to the 47 before another wade. Gerard slams the door. 3-yard pickup when they needed 1. And they move the sticks. It's an Oak Hill first down. This is exactly the type of game Oak Hill wanted to play. Time of possession and ball control early. 2 wide to the right side, a wing on the left to the weak side. Out of the shotgun they go. This time they go to the double handoff, and it is Vargo Thomas evading tacklers before Bluefield wraps him and drops him at the 49. Second down and 7. Might have been Woods in the middle of things defensively. Did you catch the tackler?
Yes, Woods was involved.
Colasino to the sideline to get the call on 2nd down and 7 as we're in the final minute 39 of the opening quarter. Oak Hill leads by a point, 7-6. Spot at midfield, they need the Bluefield 43. 2 men wide to the right side. Quarterback will keep it himself, and that's a shotgun. And on the Wildcat, the direct snap goes to Baxter. Baxter running to the right side, stopped cold. 3rd down and 7, R.J. Hairston came in from his defensive end, defeated the block, and made the tackle. A lot of times on that play, you just want your defensive end to turn it back to teammates in the middle of the field. And R.J. not only did that, he sealed the deal with the hit. Oak Hill with 18 on the snap clock, leading by a point. Comes to the line of scrimmage at 50 seconds left in the quarter. 2 wide right, a wingback on the left side. They go into the gun. The snap. It will be Baxter running to the left side. Baxter wrapped, fires the pass to the left, and the pass is incomplete. Baxter was perilously close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that. So now Baxter is the quarterback. He operates almost as a fullback and quarterback, a wildcat in effect. And it's 4th down for Oak Hill and 7. Red Devils 5-3. They're ranked, I believe, 12th in AAA tonight. Fuller, the short man, and Sincere Fields deep to await, presumably, this kick from Ethan Vargo Thomas. Snap, rushes on. Bluefield blocks it on the left side. It's Fong. Fong with a scoop, and Fong will take it in for the score. Braden Fong came in unimpeded. Vargo Thomas only 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Most teams put their kicker 15 yards back, and Fong came in unchecked and smothered the ball off his foot, scooped it, and scored. So Fong on the punt block and return. He picked it up at about the 16-yard line and took it in, and Bluefield that quickly takes the lead. Braden Fong, a senior, with the block and the scoop and score. (12-7) Bluefield. That score came with just 30 seconds remaining in the opening chapter. And Bluefield will go for 2 as they shuttle folks into the game rather quickly. Keyshawn Smith on the right side along with Sincere Fields. Shotgun for Fuller, 2 wide to the left side. Fuller at the snap, looks left. Fowler piles the pass to the left side, and the pass is incomplete. Wanted to go to Wade. So after Bluefield converted 10 two-pointers in a row, now they have misfired on their last 7. As we come back up the field, though, those 2 touchdowns give Bluefield what's now a 5-point lead, 12-7. We'll be back with the final 30 seconds of the opening quarter after this. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy Service Department has the latest technology and experienced technicians that are GM factory trained and ASE certified. Stop in for a free alignment check with their alignment specialists using our state-of-the-art equipment. Cole Chevy, just better.
100.9 WKOY, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on the My Radio To Go app.
They've got 12 on Bluefield now, I believe, has 12 men on the field. They do have 12 on their kickoff team, but they don't see it. The run up and the kick. It's dribbled to the right side, takes a hop, and it's fielded that time. Running left side is Malachi Lewis to the 30. Malachi Lewis with lots of speed gets up to around the 38. I think the Beavers might have gotten away with one that time, Paul. They had 12 men on their kickoff team.
Number 7 came in. I didn't see anyone come out.
So first hit Oak Hill as they take over at their 39. Malachi Lewis trying to sweep to the right side on the kick return. 12-7 Bluefield. Special teams coming up big moments ago. Braden Fong with the unimpeded line to the punter, made the block and for good measure picked it up and took it into the end zone. Red Devils wing T formation. This time they'll feed it to the left side, and this is Moritz running to the left side in trouble at the line of scrimmage, and Bluefield repels him after he got a yard. Bottom of the play, I believe that was Wade or Patton. It's Patton, and that is it. The first quarter has ended. The score, Bluefield 12, Oak Hill 7. We'll be back with second quarter action in 60 seconds on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault Downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault Downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Second quarter quickly begins. Oak Hill tosses it out to the left side. Running across the 41 to the 42. Malachi Lewis trying to cut it back. Bluefield's there to slow him on the cutback lane effort. And he gets it to the 42 to bring up 3rd down and 7 as we enter period number 2. Paul, you just passed along a very surprising and interesting score.
Yeah, Abington leads Bridgeview 13-0. Bridgeview is our opponent next week.
And Ridgeview's unbeaten. Now, there was a flag. I didn't see the flag toss, but they walk it off back to the 28-yard line. And PA man Rick Baker passes along that score to the crowd. A walk-off back to the 28-yard line. So a 10-yard penalty on Oak Hill, presumably for a hold.
2nd and 19.
2nd and 19. Man in motion. Quarterback will roll to the boundary side. Colasino in trouble. Fires a pass. It's caught on the sideline at the 40-yard line by Malachi Lewis. Nice job by Colasino in duress and running toward the boundary. Found his receiver, and Malachi Lewis had to climb the ladder to make the grab. Fell as he came down and went across the boundary. So it's a long gain for Oak Hill. It brings up 3rd and 10, 9 yards on the pass completion.
At the end of the first half, it's Bridgeport 10, Princeton 7.
Bridgeport 10, Princeton 7 at the end of the half. That game started at 7 p.m. Oak Hill going for it on 3rd down and 10. They run the scissor play again this time and break it. Vargo Thomas for the first down into Bluefield territory, taking people with him all the way down to the 42-yard line. So Vargo Thomas from 139 to the other 42, 19 on the run. The misdirection burned Bluefield. That time they've run the scissor 2 or 3 times with the double handoff, and that time nobody was home on the backside as they came back with the inside reverse. Red Devils now with their 4th first down. Bluefield has 3. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Oak Hill after a new set of downs on the 19-yard Vargo Thomas run. Colasino under center. Feeds it to Maritz, and Maritz looks to cut back and gets a couple of hard-earned yards down to the 40 off the left side. Grady Woods and Wade double-teamed to get credit for the tackle.
So far, the ball control game for Oak Hill scheme is working.
Bluefield 2 touchdowns, a 3-yard run by Fuller after a big kickoff return put them in business. And Fong, after blocking a punt, picked it up and ran it 16 yards in. Oak Hill now 2nd and 8 at the Bluefield 40. They trails 12-7. Man in motion, they fake the pitch, counter to the left side, and bobbling at the left side is Malachi Lewis before he is planted by R.J. Hairston. That was nearly opportunity for Bluefield, disaster for Oak Hill as they faked the pitch, and on the sleight of hand, Malachi Thomas, the wingback coming against the grain, almost bobbled that handoff. Couple of yards gained, and Oak Hill looks at a 3rd down and 6. Between the 42 and 43 now. Check the 38 and the 33. They hand it off to the tailback. Running off the left side for tough yardage is the running back Baxter, and Baxter plows over the numbers on the right side and gets down to the 30. It's sufficient for a first down. So after Bluefield put Oak Hill behind the sticks, a 9-yard pass and a 14-yard run gave them a new set of downs, and now they're on the move at the Beaver 29. 5th first down for Oak Hill. Ball 18 yards from the right sideline. They'll split one to the left side, wing on the left. Send Malachi Lewis in motion. Tall sweep goes to Lewis. Looks to get to the left side. Cuts it back against the grain and runs into a horde of Beavers at the 29. Perhaps a gain of about a yard. Patton was one of several in on the play. I think it was R.J. Hairston as well who will split the tackle credit with him. Actually, they put it back at the line of scrimmage at the 29. No gain. 8:42 and counting in the half. 12-7 Bluefield with a 5-point lead. Ridgeview's come back and tie that game up now in the second quarter. 13-13 against Abingdon. 2 go wide to the right side. Colasino make it Baxter in the shotgun. Baxter on the Wildcat keeps it himself. Baxter head down, moves the pile forward to about the 25-yard line and brings up 3rd down and 5. Baxter doubling. He's a fullback and also a Wildcat quarterback after the short gain. When this snap is executed, we'll be inside 8 minutes and counting in the half. 12-7 Bluefield, Oak Hill on the cusp of the red zone. Late on the snap clock, they come to the line of scrimmage. They send 2 to the left side, tied in on the right side. Again, Baxter in the gun. Empty backfield now for Baxter. Rolls to the right side. Baxter will look to keep it, and Baxter will be smothered at the point of attack. Curious looking play. Baxter was the guy in an empty backfield because they motioned Maritz out of it. Not a lot of deception, but just a lot of window, air candy and so forth, window dressing. And they were able to get back to the line of scrimmage and bring up 4th down and 5. Oak Hill shuttling in some big linemen. Tyler Garrett, 5'10", 325, comes in at one guard. And it'll be Vargo Thomas to attempt a 42-yard field goal. From the left hash, he's a left-footed kicker. Snap's a bad one, but the ball is down in decent shape. The kick is away, and the kick is no good, wide to the left side. He had the distance, but just didn't account for the windage as it sailed left. So the ball goes over to the Beavers on the touchback, as the Beaver defense took a stand, and Margot Thomas barely missed fired on that 42-yard effort. Bluefield will take over with 6:46 remaining in the opening half of play, and after the touchback, Bluefield sets up at its own 20. Fuller, the QB, Bluefield spreads it to either direction. Fong one slot back, and on the other side is Keyshawn Smith. Beavers look to the sideline for the play call and await the officials' okay to go ahead and mark the ball ready for play. Fuller surveys the three-man down look. The snap. Pitches it to Smith on the jet sweep. Smith to the outside 25-yard line to the 28, and he'll step out of bounds just across the 30. Now they'll rule he stepped out just shy of the 30-yard line. Smith thought he had the 30, but the left foot made tangential effort or connection to the sideline. So second down and less than a yard for Bluefield. 6:40 remaining, opening half of play. 12-7 the score. Oak Hill moments ago came up empty after a long drive with a 42-yard field goal that went awry. Fuller in the shotgun. Fuller rolls left, pressured in the pocket. Fuller fires the pass behind. He's got a man open. RJ caught it at the 30. Stumbles at the 20. Down to the 15. Fuller, with all sorts of heat in the kitchen, ignored the pass rush and was able to fire a strike, and Hairston ran through the football. If he'd stopped and gone up, it would have been overthrown, but he continued to run and made a catch that harkened you back to last year, and Jacorian Green with some of the grabs he made, like the one against Oak Hill. 55 yards on the pass. Biggest play of the game in terms of yardage. Bluefield 3 of 4 for 88 yards after that bomb from Fuller to his wide receiver Harrison.
Coach Simon, an impressive performance last Friday against Tassel.
So they put it back to the 16-yard line. Who's that guy on the air? Bluefield now at the 6-minute, 8-second mark after the big play at their fourth first down. Fuller has two wide left and right. Fuller will go to the left side, and Fuller will fight his way forward to the 10. Make it Wade, not Fuller, on the sweep to the boundary side. Gain of about 7. They spotted it back to the 17 originally, and he got down close to the 10. So second down and a long 3. Next week, Ridgeview, and they're in a dogfight against Abingdon. That game tied up at 13s. Bluefield on 2nd and 3.5. Sends 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left side. Blitz coming. Fuller keeps it. Fuller fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. They sent the house, did Oak Hill, and Fuller did a nice job evading the pinchers on the corner on the edge rush and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down and 3. Oak Hill taking some chances now, sending an extra rusher. Bluefield 3rd and 3, trips right. Formation for Fuller. That's the wide side of the field. He'll take the snap, will roll to the right side, look upfield, and Fuller dragged down on the roll. Nobody open in the end zone, and Fuller eats the football back to the 14, a loss of 4. Fourth down and about 7 yards to go, and the Beavers will call for a time to talk about what the call will be. As they go to their huddle to talk it over, we'll go to our huddle for this 30-second message. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM. The Beavers up 12-7.
Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy's Body Shop is equipped with the latest collision repair techniques and the capability to repair your car's critical safety features. That's why we're a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. Make your vehicle repair less stressful and pick the iCar Gold Class Certified Body Shop at Cole Chevy.
100.9 WKOY.
Fourth down and about 7 yards to go for Bluefield. They're 14. They need the 8, so let's make it 4th and 6. Fuller rolling right on that 3rd down play. Had no one open in the end zone, and Oak Hill has turned up the heat on the pass rush. Moments ago, that 65-yard beauty put Bluefield down close, and we'll see if they can capitalize here with a big call on 4th down. 12-7 the score. Oak Hill jumped out for the first score. 23-yard pass, Colasino to Vargo Thomas. And Bluefield's countered with a 3-yard Fuller touchdown run, and Fong a 16-yard scoop and score after he blocked a punt. We'll see what the call is as you listen up and down Bluefield Beaver Nation. Trips to the left side and 2 to the right side. Empty backfield for Fuller on 4th down. And now Oak Hill calls for and gets a time. Interesting, back-to-back timeouts on this call in this game, but Oak Hill didn't like the defense that they had against Bluefield. First time the Beavers, Paul, have shown an empty backfield all game, and that may be one reason that Oak Hill decided to go for that.
Yes,
as well.
They've seen something as unfamiliar. They were highly successful at blitzing this on that last series, and we're in a 4th down and 7 situation.
When you go empty backfield like that and you go with the extra receiver, a lot of times what you're looking for is just somebody to break open early in a very quick route, just sort of a snap and quick release by the quarterback as you go through your progressions quickly and find that one guy who's left open. Oak Hill plays a 2-deep secondary, so they have 2 corners and 2 deep backs. It's sometimes tough to go man-to-man at this area of the field, but if you go zone, you risk somebody finding a seam and sitting down in it. But with the zone, you have less field to cover because the end zone backline acts as an extra defensive back. Less room to run your formation or run your pass patterns. Ready to go again as Bluefield comes from their huddle to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the boundary side, 2 to the opposite side. And Fuller will try to convert on 4th and long. Pressure, pass to the 3, behind R.J. Hairston a tad, unable to squeeze it on the slant route. So the ball goes over on downs to Oak Hill as Bluefield got close but couldn't close the deal. 12-7 the score remains. Red Devils take over on downs at the Bluefield their 14-yard line. Big weekend of football around the area. Bluefield State travels to Allen University in South Carolina. Concord on the road at Institute against West Virginia State. Marshall against James Madison. Virginia Tech open, Bluefield University open, and Texas Tech and West Virginia square off, a pair of 3-3 teams. 1st and 10, Red Devils. Wing T, motion across the formation. Malachi Lewis will look to get to the left side, look to turn it up. Bluefield will drag him down from behind. Nice play by Fong, who came up from the back and made a jersey tackle after the short gain. Looked like it was going to be going for much more yards, but Bluefield's pursuit stopped it after a 5-yard gain. Oak Hill with 67 rushing yards. Bluefield with 32. Oak Hill a decided edge in time of possession. 4:13 and counting in the half. The Beavers holding on to a 5-point lead, 12-7. Oak Hill splits Braden Thomas wide to the left side, unbalanced line to the left side, and they'll go to Moritz. Moritz will be stuffed for negative yardage behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Bluefield defensive front, which won the battle of the trenches, and Moritz had no room to operate. Forward progress to the 19, so the loss of a yard. 3rd and 6. Beavers, should they get possession again, will have a couple of timeouts. 3:34 and counting in the opening half as the Devils will address the line of scrimmage. Ball midway between the hashes. Thomas splits to the right side. Vargo Thomas wings on the left side. Colasino play fakes, looks right side, fires a pass high and deep down the field, and the pass is deflected and incomplete. I don't know that Keyshawn Smith got a finger on it, but his form passing in front of Thomas on the deep route may have distracted him a bit. Thomas was open, but Smith sailed right in front of him, and he was distracted perhaps and unable to squeeze the pass. 4th down for Oak Hill at the 19-yard line of the Red Devils. Remember, Bluefield blocked Vargo Thomas's last punt. Line of scrimmage is the 19. And now he'll step back to about the 6-yard line. a little more cushion for the punter. Now he goes back up, so it's just a 12-yard drop. See if Bluefield sends edge rushers again. Vargo Thomas hits a line drive that should be returnable. Takes a high hop, is fielded by Sincere Fields at the 40, motors on. He goes to the 45, to midfield, 40. Fields on his way, gets all the way down to the 31, 32-yard line. Nice kick return by Sincere Fields as he fielded it at his 45 and took it all the way back to the Oak Hill 31. 24 on the kick return after a 36-yard punt. Now Bluefield with 3:05, plenty of time and a pair of timeouts in their pocket after the good kick return by Fields on a 3-and-out by the Beavers on defense. Oak Hill deploys defensively, Bluefield offensively. Empty backfield for Fuller. 4-man rush. Flares it to the left side to Harrison. 30, 25, makes a man tackle, breaks a tackle at the 20. On his feet, down, rambles inside the 12 to the 11-yard line. 21 yards on the screen or the bubble flat route to R.J. Hairston. Bluefield 109 passing so far on 4 pass completions. They've all been for double-figure yardage. Moments ago, Bluefield got it deep but was unable to get it in. Hairston goes split to the left side, trips to the right side, slot left, empty backfield for Fuller and company. Fuller the snap, rolls right, flares the pass to the right side to Smith, in trouble, and he is smothered back at the 16. Vargo Thomas came up, read that one immediately, and got in the lane of the screen pass recipient. A loss of yardage from the 11 back to the 16. Sometimes in a situation like that, when they're that aggressive against the screen, you fake the screen and go for something on either a double move or somebody on the opposite side going deeper. They flip-flop the trip set on the left side this time, and 2 receivers on the right for Fuller on 2nd and 15. 2:16 left in the half. Bluefield up 12-7. Bluefield motions a man to the right side. He'll keep it on the quarterback draw, and he gets back past the original line of scrimmage down to the 10.
He's down to the 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 8.
Third down and 8 for Bluefield after the Fuller 6-yard run. They tried to stretch the defense with a formation and then run inside. So 3rd down for Bluefield. They're obviously in 4-down territory. They got 3rd down and 8 at the 9.5. They empty the backfield this time, trips to the left for Fuller, and they motion a man across the formation. Jet sweep goes to Wade. Wade looks to get to the outside, breaks a tackle at the 7, to the 5, and gets down to the 3. What an effort by Gerard Wade. Broke 3 tackles on that jet sweep from the right slot all the way back to the left. Gets from the 9 down to the 3.
4th and 2.
4th and 2 for a first down, 3 for a touchdown. 1:08 and counting in the half. Bluefield doesn't use those timeouts. They'll come to the line of scrimmage now on this 4th down. Big call. They need 2 for the first, 3 for the score. At the 3-yard line of Oak Hill, Bluefield up. They go with a box formation. Fuller the snap. Fuller the keep. Fuller puts his head down. Did forward progress get him into the 1-yard line? They'll give him 1 yard down to the 2. So twice in a row, Bluefield unable to get it into the end zone. That time they went with a formation-heavy look on the right side, and Fuller tried to follow his wing-back and his H-back that direction, but twice in consecutive possessions, Bluefield sniffs the goal line but can't go across it. 12-7 the score remains. Bluefield with first possession in the second half. A frustrating late second quarter. Red Devils down deep in their own territory. Bluefield used neither of their timeouts, and they'll spot it between the 2 and the 3. Fuller about a yard shy of the yardage he needed for a first down. Colasino hands it off on the left side and stopped very close to the goal line, almost a safety by the Beavers.
I think,
and they'll give forward progress to the half-yard line. Colsino handed it to Maritz, and Maritz was stopped instantly, had to battle back to get the ball across the goal line. Bluefield a timeout with 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Bluefield darn near the two-point conversion. Interesting the way this one is unfolding. Bluefield trying to salvage something after back-to-back trips deep into Oak Hill territory. Elapsed on downs.
The yardage have come tough inside the 20-yard line for two consecutive possessions.
They have tried Fuller up the middle on quarterback carries. They have not gone with a Wade off tackle or something like that. That's something that they might talk about at the halftime should this type of opportunity present itself again. At the half, we'll be having an interview with Matt Deal from First Media Services. I think it'll be an interesting look at what goes on back at the station to prepare for and then to execute a broadcast on a football Friday night. Stay tuned after the break, and that will be one that we hope you'll find interesting and entertaining. Here are 32 ticks remaining until the break. Oak Hill a 2nd and 11. The spot is inside their one. Bluefield flirted with a safety on defense as Oak Hill's Maritz was able to wedge and muscle his way just across the goal line and prevent that two-point safety. Colosino is the quarterback. He will be under center. He'll take the snap right at the goal line. Snap, will try to keep it himself, and he'll plunge forward to about the 4-yard line. So he gets nice yardage to get out of that uncomfortable zone for Oak Hill close to their goal line, out to around the 5-yard line. And that may be the last play of the first half. Oak Hill trailing Bluefield 12-7. It's been an interesting first half of play, one that had big plays and had misplays. And both teams now will take it to the locker room. So at the half, the score is Bluefield 12 and Oak Hill 7. When we come off this commercial break, we'll go directly to that interview with First Media Services' Matt Deal. Bluefield up 12-7 against Oak Hill on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Mercer County Health Department, located conveniently between Bluefield and Princeton here in the heart of Mercer County, is now offering clinical services for our community. Focusing on family planning, women's health, and adult and children vaccinations, our practitioners are available 5 days a week for all your medical needs. Mercer County Health Department, here to serve you.
I'm a HBCU graduate. My son is a graduate. My mother was a graduate.
I'm one of 3 from my family that really graduated from Bluefield State.
What this HBCU is about.
Bluefield State College, guard the hill.
At Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy's Body Shop is equipped with the latest collision repair techniques and the capability to repair your car's critical safety features. That's why we're a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. Make your vehicle repair less stressful and pick the iCar Gold Class Certified Body Shop at Cole Chevy.
Mercer County Health Department, located conveniently between Bluefield and Princeton here in the heart of Mercer County, is now offering clinical services for our community. Focusing on family planning, women's health, and adult and children vaccinations, our practitioners are available 5 days a week for all your medical needs. Mercer County Health Department, here to serve you.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Watch the latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
In the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
You can have all the fun of your favorite sports bar in the privacy of your own home with K&K Music, your man cave superstore. K&K is your official Old House and pool table dealer. We have used pool tables, NCAA licensed cornhole games, and stand-up arcade video game machines. So play some pool, watch the game, and play cornhole, all in the privacy of your own man cave. K&K Music, your man cave superstore with the coolest showroom in town. Stop by and check us out. K&K Music, located on Washington Street in Bluefield, just off Route 460.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
Mercer County Health Department, located conveniently between Bluefield and Princeton here in the heart of Mercer County, is now offering clinical services for our community. Focusing on family planning, women's health, and adult and children vaccinations, our practitioners are available 5 days a week for all your medical needs. Mercer County Health Department, here to serve you.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
My name is Edmund Smith. My bachelor's degree of science and nursing, it definitely prepared me to handle situations such as a pandemic. I mean, you learn different skills and you study different disease processes. They set you up to be able to handle these types of things effectively. And I'm a nurse practitioner hospitalist, and that means I admit people to the hospital alongside an attending physician, and we continue their care until they're ready to be discharged to go home.
Princeton Pre-Owned. We know finding affordable transportation can be a challenge.
You just ain't a kidding. You can't find a good car nowhere nowadays. I reckon that's why I got old Rusty back here.
No matter your financial situation, we can get you approved.
You mean to tell me that even I can get approved even though I got bad credit?
Yes, Cletus.
No credit?
Yes, Cletus.
What about foreclosed?
Yes, Cletus.
What if you got your car repossessed at your cousin's wedding? Then what?
Sure.
Well, hot dang! Where'd you say you was located at? I'm on my way.
At 1299 Stafford Drive, Princeton, West Virginia, right next to the Kroger Shopping Plaza.
Well, I'm on my way then if I can get a ride. Taxi! Uber! Where you at?
No matter your financial situation, visit us today. At Princeton Pre-Owned, you are approved.
Edmund Smith, my bachelor's degree of science and nursing, it definitely prepared me to handle situations such as a pandemic. I mean, you learn different skills and you study different disease processes. They set you up to be able to handle these types of things effectively. And I'm a nurse practitioner hospitalist, and that means I admit people to the hospital alongside an attending physician, and we continue their care until they're ready to be discharged to go home.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
The latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
You can have all the fun of your favorite sports bar in the privacy of your own home with K&K Music, your man cave superstore. K&K is your official Old House and pool table dealer. We have used pool tables, NCAA licensed cornhole games, and stand-up arcade video game machines. So play some pool, watch the game, and play cornhole, all in the privacy of your own man cave. K&K Music, your man cave superstore with the coolest showroom in town. Stop by and check us out. K&K Music, located on Washington Street in Bluefield, just off Route 460.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
At Cole Chevy, our certified GM parts specialists have over 80 years of combined experience. Accessorize your vehicle with running boards, tonneau covers, and all-weather floor mats. At Cole Chevy, it's not just the parts you can trust, it's the people.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome to the Club on the Green. More than just a country club, we're a place for people to make unforgettable memories. Our professional event planners take your event to the next level with exquisite in-house catering and hospitality. Come see our newly renovated venue, interior bathrooms, meeting rooms, and stunning outdoor greenery. The Club on the Green is the perfect setting for your wedding, family reunion, or corporate event. Book your visit today. Here at the Bill Cole Auto Mall, we're all about you, our customers. That's why we're proud to introduce Service My Way, an experience that gives you complete control over your vehicle's maintenance needs.
Plan your service from home or work with our online scheduler. We'll even pick up and return your vehicle once your service is completed.
You'll receive photos and videos of recommendations that can be approved in seconds from your phone or tablet.
Servicing your vehicle at your convenience, what could be better? Service My Way, exclusively at the Bill Cole Auto Mall.
As the Bluefield High School Marching Band performs on the field down below us, they follow a very talented Oak Hill band as they entertain the crowd on both sides. All the scoring in tonight's game, halftime 12-7 Bluefield, came in the first quarter of play after Bluefield fumbled its second snap following an Oak Hill 3-and-out and a punt. Oak Hill was able to take advantage of the short field and move it 36 yards for the touchdown, the final 23 on a pass from quarterback Alex Colosino to his talented wingback and multi-skilled player Ethan Vargo Thomas for the touchdown. 6:33 left in the opening quarter. The PAT by Vargo Thomas made it 7-zip Oak Hill. It took Bluefield 2 minutes to march back down the field. The Beavers, after a 67-yard kickoff return by Wade, put them in business at the Oak Hill 33. A 3-yard run by Fuller capped a 4-play, 33-yard drive. The Beaver 2-point conversion effort was unsuccessful. Then, with just 30 seconds left in the first quarter, after Bluefield had given up a couple of first downs and then forced an Oak Hill punt, Braden Fong on the punt rush is able to come in unimpeded with line of sight right to the quarterback or to the punter and smuff the punt off the quarterback's foot. And that punt block, scoop, and score by Fong from 16 yards out gave Bluefield a lead that it now takes to the locker room, 12-7. First downs, Oak Hill with 5, Bluefield with 4. Rushing the Red Devils was 67 yards unofficially, Bluefield with 44. Oak Hill 2 of 4 passing for 40 yards. Bluefield 5 of 7 passing for 104 yards in the first half. One fumble loss by the Beavers, and that was on their second snap from scrimmage in the game. Oak Hill played turnover-free football. Bluefield did not punt. Oak Hill punted twice for a 30-yard average, discounting the blocked punt. Both teams penalized just once in the first half, Bluefield for 5 and Oak Hill for 10. Paul, anything in particular that stands out to you in the first half of play?
Well, the good news for the Beavers, they have the lead. But this scoreless second quarter, the Oak Hill Red Devils defense forcing that turnover on Bluefield's second snap from in the game, and then also turning the Beavers away in the red zone twice.
Yeah, that's got to be disappointing for Bluefield, and you know, Bluefield was so proficient with those 2-point conversions. They converted 10 in a row, and that's basically when you get down to the 3-yard line and you got to make a play. And then they've had a bit of a challenge lately. By my unofficial count, they've misfired on their last 7 of those. And so I'm sure that in the locker room and in practice this coming week, that'll be a point of emphasis for Bluefield. But the Beavers here leading 12-7. And, Paul, they've got first possession in the second half of play. It was a big play for Bluefield on special teams that resulted in a touchdown, and a big play for Bluefield on the kick return also that set up a touchdown. So special teams play for the Beavers showing up big in the first half.
Absolutely, and also the missed field goal attempt by the Oak Hill Red Devils on about a 42-yard attempt in the second quarter that was fell short because of the Beavers.
The score at the half, 12-7 Bluefield. We'll go to break, and when we return, we'll take a look at other action around the region. The Beavers up by 5. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Halftime on WKOY 100.9 FM.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
My name is Edmund Smith. My bachelor's degree of science and nursing, it definitely prepared me to handle situations such as a pandemic. I mean, you learn different skills and you study different disease processes. They set you up to be able to handle these types of things effectively. And I'm a nurse practitioner hospitalist, and that means I admit people to the hospital alongside an attending physician, and we continue their care until they're ready to be discharged to go home.
Unbeaten, they face Liberty Raleigh on the road. A lot of teams are open this weekend. Richlands on the high school level open tonight. Virginia Tech open, and Bluefield University open tomorrow. West Virginia University faces Texas Tech tomorrow, a pass offense of the Red Raiders that'll test West Virginia's injury-riddled secondary. Marshall University will be facing James Monroe, and Concord travels, or James Madison, another JM, and Concord will be traveling to Institute to face West Virginia State, which is coached by former Mountaineer walk-on and sort of folk hero receiver John Pennington. Bluefield State back to action. The Big Blues 4-2. They travel to Allen University for their activity tomorrow afternoon. That's what's going on around the area. Here at Mitchell Stadium, the score is in favor of Bluefield with a 12-7 count. In AAA, Parkersburg leads in its game 16-2 over Greenbrier East. Hurricane 21-7 leading Riverside in the second quarter. Huntington over Cabell Middle, and that's a bit of a surprise, but Huntington's number 3 in AAA. 28-21. GW leads Spring Valley, a mild upset in the making, 25-7 in the second quarter. Princeton now has jumped on top of Bridgeport. That's 20-10 in favor of the Tigers in the second quarter of their game. So the Tigers bouncing back. Remember last week they throttled Beckley in that contest. In AA, among the teams of note to people in this region, Independence is steamrolling Nicholas County 58-7 in that game. James Monroe up on Liberty Raleigh 28-6 also in the second quarter of their contest. Riverview and Clay County scoreless at the half. Scanning through others, we've got our game, of course, 12-7 in favor of Bluefield. Wyoming East and Pikeview, no score. Last report was a first quarter score in that game. Paul, Bluefield exercising option, first to possess the ball in the third quarter play. I got to think this will be somewhat of a pointer toward whether this thing is going to be a frog strangler the rest of the way, or Bluefield can put together a little bit of a working margin. The difference between this and last week, I think as much as anything, was the early game. Bluefield was hitting on all cylinders, got the long kick return, got the lead, and never took their foot off the throttle last week. In this game, it's been a bit of a struggle. Bluefield, if the field had been 95 yards, Bluefield would have been in great shape a couple of times as they punched it down deep, not getting it into the end zone. And sometimes in baseball, when you don't score early with men on base and less than 2 outs, it comes back to haunt you. We certainly hope as we approach Halloween that this close but no cigar in the red zone doesn't come back to haunt Bluefield. Meeting of the captains is more of a formality now than of function. Oak Hill won the opening toss, and they elected to receive. Bluefield with Fuller and Fong representing them. Vargo Thomas, one of two. He's joined at Oak Hill by, I believe that's Eli Gray in the meeting of the captains. Bluefield will take it right to left across your dials and screens into the third quarter of play. The Beavers 3-5 on the season, and Oak Hill is 5-3. Thanks again to Matt Deal for his time and info by being our guest. I've been working on it and certainly hope to have Deontay Powell Woods, who started at Bluefield on that state championship team in 2017 and played on a great 2018 team as well. He's been a starter for 2+ seasons now at Central Michigan, was a huge factor in their win in a bowl game when they played Washington State in one of those last-minute matchups that was forced by COVID in postseason. But he's a fine young man. I've watched some of his video at Central Michigan and their sports information staff. I've requested to line me up for an opportunity to talk to Deontay. I know that the Chippewas are open this Saturday, so I hope to have a taped halftime interview with another member of Bluefield's outstanding football alumni, Deontay Powell Woods, next week. I'm sure you remember him, and he was part of that great line with Sean Martin and Deontay and Mason Walker and Nathan Pettis and Matthew Peters. That was an offensive line for the ages.
Yes. Very much an honor, Deontay Powell, to coach him.
Bluefield has Wade center deep among three. Sincere Field is on his right or the high side of your radio dials, and on the low side, Keyshawn Smith. So the left-footed soccer kicker, Vargo Thomas, will approach the football. And instep meets leather, and he drives this one high and deep in the direction of Smith at the 2. Smith to the 5, 10 to the 15 to the 20. Got a look, turns it up the sideline, 25 to the 30, 35. Deeks a tackler, 45, midfield. He's going to go coast to coast. And credit Gerard Wade with the block at the 20-yard line, and Keyshawn Smith showing great patience and then great wheels as he turned it upfield and went coast to coast for the 98-yard kickoff return for the score. So Bluefield striking again on special teams, and they grab an 18-7 lead.
Special teams, and that should be what it takes to ignite this Beaver team for the remainder of the game.
98 yards on the kickoff return, unofficially, Keyshawn Smith. We were wondering what the Beavers would come out with offensively. We'll have to wonder a little longer, but that's okay. Bluefield with a coast-to-coast kick return has a 12-7 lead with the 2-point conversion pending. Bluefield to the line of scrimmage. They've got the pistol formation for Fuller. Fuller will hand off to Wade. Wade running to the right side. Wade gets close to the goal line. The Beavers try to push him into the end zone, and they can't make it. Had a surge early, but Oak Hill was able to stonewall him as he got to the 1. So the 2-point conversion is no good. And as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field. The score, Bluefield 18 and Oak Hill 7. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss. 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
At Cole Chevy, our certified GM parts specialists have over 80 years of combined experience. Accessorize your vehicle with running boards, tonneau covers, and all-weather floor mats. At Cole Chevy, it's not just the parts you can trust, it's the people.
Back to the Bluefield Beavers on 100.9 WKO.
Goes kickoff return for a score by Bluefield's Keyshawn Smith. Elsewhere, Tazewell in a dogfight with the Scarlet Hurricane. Leading Marion by 1 point, 14-13. If Bluefield wins tonight, that could help the Beavers a bit in their efforts, as Tazewell's victory could help Bluefield's quality points in the state SSAC standings next week. Bluefield to kick it away, and this will be Jaden Francisco to tee it up at the 40-yard line. And for Oak Hill, Center deep is Omar Lewis. High driving kick to the left side to Malachi Lewis. Lewis at the 30, 34, 35-yard line, tripped up as he gets to the 39. Nice kickoff return. Malachi Lewis up the numbers on the far side of the field. And after the Bluefield coast-to-coast kick return, it is Oak Hill's opportunity to mount a drive and counter that. I've always thought when you score, a 3 and out is extra special. I don't know if the Beavers defensively can pull this off, but we'll see. 1st and 10, 18-7 Bluefield. Oak Hill first possession, wing T. 2 wide to the right. The snap. Colasino rolls right side, sets up in the pocket, got a man open deep and overthrows his intended receiver.
Gosh, he stopped sort of the weight on it, and it
Braden Thomas stopped, and that's what killed it, made it look overthrown had he continued to run, but I'm glad he didn't. That could have been a completion. Bluefield had a bust in coverage in the secondary. 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils. Normally their MO is on the ground, but they have shown some proclivity to put it up in the first half and, in fact, have a 23-yard touchdown pass to their credit. 2nd and 10, Red Devils. Split or one setback, man in motion. Vargo Thomas, they fake the pitch, counter back to the inside. This time Bluefield's there as Malachi Smith. An avalanche of Beavers fell on him at the 40, a 1-yard gain. Third down and 9 for Oak Hill. A chance for Bluefield to chalk up that 3 and out if they're successful here. Still in the first minute of the third quarter, Oak Hill with a 5-receiver package to the right side. They'll screen the pass to the right side and running up the right side for first down yardage as Oak Hill put all receivers to that left side of the field as they flared it. They had a phalanx of blockers for the intended receiver, and that was Vargo Thomas. As he took it forward, they needed 9. He got 11.
The Beavers don't want to give up anything here. They score on special teams, but now Oak Hill's on a move.
3rd and 9, an opportunity lost by Bluefield. It's a 1st down and 10 now for Oak Hill after the conversion on the 3rd and long at the Beaver 48. Shotgun. Now the pistol formation. Malachi Lewis takes the snap. He'll turn it up. Lewis into the Bluefield secondary, and second effort gets a 1st down at the 37-yard line. So Oak Hill with some momentum, back-to-back 1st downs. First time we've seen Malachi Lewis, their speedster, take the direct snap. So Oak Hill's got something going here at the Bluefield 37. Quickly they address the line of scrimmage. Again, the Wildcat formation. Lewis will roll to the left side, grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, and Bluefield will stop him standing up back at the 41-yard line. So a loss of 3 as Bluefield all over that play as they went to the well once too often. Jeffrey King, one of several architects of mayhem defensively.
See, Sear Fields, another one, number 2.
2nd down and 14 for the Red Devils after back-to-back 1st downs. Bluefield up 18-7 early 3rd period. Quarterback under center, split backs. They'll hand it on a jet sweep to the right side to Malachi Lewis. Looks to turn it up, and the Beavers meet him at the pass. There is a flag on the play. Back at the 45, holding on the offense. Vargo Thomas committed the hold, I believe, as Braden Fong was the offended player. So the Beavers can take the play, which was a 2-yard gain, or take the hold. And I'm guessing they're going to opt to take the penalty because that will make it a much more difficult down and distance. It puts it back to their own 46-yard line. So it is now 2nd down and 26 for Oak Hill from their own 46. Oak Hill earlier showed that 5-receiver cluster to one side, and Bluefield did not have the defense deployed for that. They hadn't seen that on film. This time they send 2 wide receivers to the left side, Lewis and Braden Thomas. And there's a timeout. Oak Hill getting deep into the snap clock. So the Red Devils burn their first time out of the half. 9.5 minutes left in the third as we go to break for 30. Bluefield 18, Red Devils 7. On Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY, rocks.com.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy Service Department has the latest technology and experienced technicians that are GM factory trained and ASE certified. Stop in for a free alignment check with our alignment specialists using our state-of-the-art equipment. Cole Chevy, just better.
Trying to probe the middle on 2nd and 26.
No.
Oak Hill is sort of the counterpoint to the offense we faced last week against a past Happy Tazewell team. These guys like to run first and run often. Oak Hill wings one to the left side, and they have a slot and a split to the left side. Unbalanced line to the left side on 2nd and long from their 46-yard line. Here's the snap, and they flare the pass out to the left side to Malachi Lewis across midfield to Bluefield territory. Lewis on his feet struggles forward to the 42 of Bluefield. So about 17 on the play. Nice gain for Oak Hill. Bluefield having a hard time with Oak Hill's quick flares or screens. This time they come again with that 5-receiver package to the boundary side as they look for a first down on 3rd and 15 from the Bluefield 42. Snap, they flare the pass this time to the left side. And with very little yardage, Malachi Lewis, as Bluefield filters into that 5-receiver cluster, makes a stop and spins him across the boundary on the Oak Hill sideline at around the 40. So 4th down for Oak Hill and 13.
Fourth and 12 is what the scoreboard reads. 4th and 13.
4th and 13 from the 40. I guess it would, let's see. 20-16, Tigers of Princeton lead Bridgeport. A game at Bridgeport. It will be 4th down and about 13 from the 40-yard line. The Oak Hill Red Devils do not get the play off before the snap clock expires. It'll be a timeout. So that's their second timeout of the second half, and we've just played under 3 minutes at the start of the third quarter. So Oak Hill with the timeout, we'll keep it right here. That will take them back. No, it won't, because it is not the delay of game. They used the timeout to forestall that as they look at a 4th down and 12. They've had some trickeration. That 5-receiver cluster worked out very well for them as they converted a 3rd and long earlier in this possession. Big 4th and 13 as Red Devils offense a little bit like tea bags. It's getting into hot water to bring out the best in them from time to time tonight. Bluefield special teams stepping up big tonight. Moments ago, the 98-yard touchdown kickoff return to open the second half by Keyshawn Smith earlier. Fong with a block, scoop, and score, blocked a punt and picked it up and ran it 16 for the touchdown. And the 67-yard kickoff return, which set up Bluefield's other touchdown, Gerard Wade toting the pigskin on that one. Trips to the right side for Oak Hill on 4th down and 13 yards to go. They're in the gun. Low snap. Quarterback flush to the right side. Baxter under pressure fires the pass right. Picked off by Bluefield. The other way, Jeffrey King to midfield. 45-40, 35-30. King 20, 15-10. Tripped up at the 7-yard line. Ball goes into the end zone, and Bluefield picks it up for the touchdown. King fumbled as he was going down, and it was recovered in the end zone. I believe that was Bluefield's linebacker, Chris Patton, who picked it up in the end zone on that 4th down flare. Bluefield got great pressure on the quarterback when he threw the ball to the left side. It was Bluefield's King to jump the pass route and picked it off at about the 45 and was no, they're going to rule that he was down at the 2 as it was a down by contact and not a fumble into the end zone. First official called it a touchdown. Second official said it was I guess about a 58-yard interception run back down to the 2.
Now the Beavers must get in here.
So another play by Jeff King, who's made a couple of those big plays thus far in late season action. Wide side of the field to the right side for Fuller in the pistol. Fuller the snap, fakes the pitch, and Fuller will get close to the goal line. Bluefield looks to see if he broke the plane, and he did. Once again, Fuller faked the pitch to freeze the defend-contain man, cut it up to the inside, and was just able to will his way into the end zone. That touchdown by Fuller, following the 65-yard interception run back by Jeffrey King. And Bluefield has stretched its lead early third quarter to 17, 24-7. 8:50 remaining in period number 3, as Bluefield has struck with some big plays to start the second half. Penalty against Oak Hill, a dead ball penalty. That's a half the distance penalty to the 1.5-yard line. Now Bluefield, I'm wondering if they can elect to take that on the kickoff. Guess not. They put the ball back to the 3. I guess they may have picked up the flag. Bluefield shows 3 to the left side. Fuller with the shadow back on his right hip in the gun. Fuller the snap, and he will go sweep to the left side to Wade, and Wade goes into the end zone untouched. The 2-point conversion by Gerard Wade. So Bluefield, with a 2-point conversion, pushes its lead to 26-7. 8:50 left in the third. We'll follow up with the Beaver kickoff in a half minute on Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss. 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy's Body Shop is equipped with the latest collision repair techniques and the capability to repair your car's critical safety features. That's why we're a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. Make your vehicle repair less stressful and pick the iCar Gold Class Certified Body Shop at Cole.
Listening to the Bluefield Beavers on 9 WKOY, online at WKOYRocks.com, and on the My Radio To Go app.
Explosive start to the third quarter for Bluefield. 98-yard opening kickoff second half return by Keyshawn Smith, who took it just in front of his own goal line and serpentined his way up the left sideline, got a big block by Gerard Wade, and took it to the promised land. Moments later, Bluefield forced a 4th down pass under duress by Oak Hill's quarterback Baxter. It was picked off by King. King took it all the way from the Bluefield 35-yard line down to the Oak Hill 2, and Fuller rang the touchdown bell 2 plays later. Francisco to kick it away. Oak Hill center deep. They have Omar Lewis. Vargo Thomas is one of the backs up at about the 25-yard line.
The penalty on the run has not been marked off.
Bluefield, I guess the Beavers did opt to take that penalty, that dead ball penalty, on the kickoff.
Yes.
So one official spotted it after they teed it up at the 40. Unsportsmanlike conduct, and Bluefield will kick off from the Oak Hill 45. So instead of taking half the distance on the PAT, Bluefield takes the full 15 yards on the dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct, and they'll kick off on the plus side of midfield at the Oak Hill 45. 26-7 Bluefield, early third period of play. Oak Hill's deep backs back up a bit at the 5-yard line. Center deep is Omar Lewis. Francisco pooches it to the left side, takes a bounce, and Lewis fields on the hop at the 8, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, breaks it to the outside. Fuller makes a saving slowdown, and the Beavers stop him up at around the 40. Another Beaver hit late, and there's a flag.
Got a situation here.
The officials separate players who were engaged in a bit of a fracas.
Touchdown saving tackle by Fuller. And and then something happened here. But it looks as though it's under control.
There is some laundry on the turf. And the two teams come to the sideline. You know, if you're a Bluefield player right now, big picture, you can't afford to be ejected and have to sit out next week.
Absolutely.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul against Bluefield, personal foul against Oak Hill, and the penalty's offset. But really, if you're the coaching staff right now, part of it's football strategy, but the bigger part of it is poise strategy. Bluefield earlier lost a couple of players, valuable players, for a game when they were ejected from the Independence game. And here, as tempers began to get a little bit short, as Bluefield has scored a couple of early third quarter touchdowns to take a 19-point lead, I think both coaches are just having a cooling off period with their teams.
The Beavers have taken control of this game. We can't afford any types of 15-yarders, unsportsmanlike, anything.
Yeah, they got to be poised and focused. There's more work to do tonight. But next week, Ridgeview comes to town. And Ridgeview in a dogfight at last report against Abingdon. I think it was tied up at 13. Abingdon scored the first 13, Ridgeview the last 13. Ridgeview unbeaten going into tonight's game. That game looms huge for Bluefield. The Beavers 21st in AA in the state of West Virginia. If Tazewell's able to hold on to what right now is a tenuous 1-point lead at Marion, that would help a bit. And if Princeton's able to well, that won't help us a bit because Princeton beat us. But Bluefield, we don't want to count chickens before hatched. But Oak Hill is a AAA team. 8:43 left in period number 3. The Red Devils at their own 42 to take over first down. Nice kick return by Omar Lewis. Wing T for Colasino and company. Colasino on the scissor plate of Vargo Thomas. Cuts to the left side and will take it forward for solid first down yardage across the 45 to the 47-yard line. For Oak Hill, it was R.J. Hairston, 1 of 2, along with Chris Patton on the stop. 5-yard pickup on first down, second down and 5. Oak Hill with 80 rushing yards on the night. Princeton 27, Ridgeport 15. Split backs, wing on the left side. This time they go inside. And busting it up the middle is Omar Lewis. Lewis to the 30, 25 to the 20. Bluefield tries to strip him of the football and finally spins him to the turf inside the 15. So Oak Hill from the 47-yard line takes it all the way down to the Bluefield 11. 42 yards on Omar Lewis right up the middle.
As you pointed out, there's a lot of time left, 7:53 in the third quarter.
Bluefield earlier had made some adjustments to stop the scissor play. This time they went with the first option, wing T. Bluefield jumps defensively on the hard count. Second time the Beavers have been guilty of that. That makes a hard situation for Bluefield's defense even harder as they'll mark it off down to the 6. 26-7, but Oak Hill ready with some dispatch. Nice kick return and a 45-yard run by Omar Lewis. Split backs. Wing back in motion. And now a penalty and a pre-snap flag. This time I think it's going on Oak Hill. Procedure. So they do the hokey poke, put their left foot in and put their left foot out, and we're back to where we started at the 11-yard line, first and 10.
5 yards penalty now against the Red Devils. It'll be first and 10 at the 11.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line for the Red Devils on this crisp and clear Football Friday. Wing back left side, split backs behind the quarterback Colasino, wing back in motion. They hand to the first back through, and this is Omar Lewis, and Lewis submarines across the 5 down to the 3. 8 yards on the carry. Bluefield, or check it, Oak Hill 130 rushing. They're picking up some yardage in chunk plays here in the third quarter. 2nd and 2 for a first down, 3 for a touchdown for the Red Devils from the Bluefield 3 split backs. Vargo Thomas in motion. They hand it to Omar Lewis, and Lewis tripped up down at the 1.5. Coming in down low to make the stop for Bluefield. I believe that was Sincere Fields at the base of the play and RJ at the top. So now it's 3rd down for Oak Hill. And 1 for a first down, 2 for a touchdown. Omar Lewis, 1 of 2 setbacks. They pause as Omar Lewis tries to tie his shoe. And we have an equipment timeout. Lewis will come out of the game. I don't know if he untied the shoe or if he just took a big lick and needs to go to the sideline to shake the cobwebs. Oak Hill shuttles new folks on the play as they reset the snap clock. 3rd down and 1 for a first down, 2 for a touchdown for the Red Devils. They trail at 26-7 as we approach the halfway point in period number 3. Wing T, motion man. They toss it to Vargo Thomas running right, and he'll score. Vargo Thomas into the end zone. Nice drive by the Red Devils, keyed by a good kick return by Omar Lewis, and then that big 40-plus yard burst by Lewis. And Oak Hill has moved it to within 26-13, trailing by 13. Vargo Thomas will stay in there. He's their Swiss Army knife. He can do just about everything well. And he'll try to boot point number 14 through the uprights. (26-13) Bluefield. Nice answer by Oak Hill. High snap, ball's down in good shape, and Vargo Thomas line drives it between the pipes. So as we come back up the field, the clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 26 and Oak Hill 14. Back with the Red Devils kickoff in a half minute on Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss. 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
At Cole Chevy, our certified GM parts specialists have over 80 years of combined experience. Accessorize your vehicle with running boards, tonneau covers, and all-weather floor mats. At Cole Chevy, it's not just the parts you can trust, it's the people.
100.9 WKOY.
Oak Hill showing some fortitude, Paul, as they bounce back. They're not going to go quietly into the evening. They're a solid ball club. Came in 5-3, ranked in the top, I think, 13 in the state's AAA. So Bluefield will have to bring their 48-minute effort and pack their lunch pails. It looks like this one's going to be back and forth the rest of the way.
Exactly. That was an impressive drive by the Red Devils.
5:51 remain in what has been a lengthy third quarter already. A lot of eventful third quarter. Oak Hill appears to have Bluefield defensively a bit off balance now. They're showing scissor play as Bluefield got conscious to protect the boundaries. Then they got up the middle with Omar Thomas. Vargo Thomas will drag this one. High kick, and it's fielded on the onside kick effort by Bluefield's Patton, and Patton falls as he fielded it at midfield. So Bluefield will have excellent field position from which to initiate this drive following the failed onside kick. Vargo Thomas telegraphed that a bit. Normally he takes about a 7-yard run at the football, and that time he's just sort of walked up the first 2 or 3 and then kicked it. Good by design. It took that big hop, but Bluefield was able to clasp it and make another good play on special teams. Trips to the left side for the Beavers, right at midfield. Running or passing room left. 3 down linemen for Oak Hill defensively. Gerard Wade will go left. Wade looks to cut it up. Wade for 5 tough yards, and he's belted to the turf. Vargo Thomas came in to lay the leather to him after a 5-yard pickup to the 45.
The Oak Hill defense has been keying on Gerard Wade.
2nd down and 5 at the 45-yard line of the Red Devils. Bluefield in the third quarter. That big kick return by Smith to start things off, and then the interception run back set up the second score of the quarter. Fuller out of the shotgun. Quick release to the left side to R.J. R.J. at the 35, gets down to the 34. Two receivers in the area. I thought at first he'd overthrown Fong, but it turned out to be aimed at R.J. Hairston, who was running a little bit of a deeper route, and Bluefield gets the first down from the 45 down to the 34, 11 yards on the catch and run. .454 and counting. Bluefield wide side of the field to the right, and that's where they go with their trips package. One receiver to the left side, Fuller in the gun. Short drop, looks back to the left side, and on the slant, just missed R.J. in traffic. Tried to make the acrobatic grab, but he was covered tightly by Oak Hill's Omar Lewis. And Eli Gray. Gray, a secondary player, gets up with a little hitch in his get-up. The incompletion stops the clock with 4:43 remaining in the third. And it will be Gray taking a seat to be tended to, which gives us this chance to step out for a half minute. 4:43 remaining in period number 3. The score, Bluefield 26 and Oak Hill 14. We'll be back with Bluefield's play after this. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss. 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy Service Department has the latest technology and experienced technicians that are GM factory trained and ASE certified. Stop in for a free alignment check with their alignment specialists using our state-of-the-art equipment. Cole Chevy, just better.
Princeton leading Bridgeport 20-16 in their game at Bridgeport. Here 4:43 left in the third. Bluefield up by a dozen. 26-14. The Beavers look at a second down and 10 at the Oak Hill 44-yard line. Wade, the pistol back in the shotgun, trips right. Fuller gives to Wade right up the middle, and Wade stopped at the line of scrimmage. As Paul said, Oak Hill has a spy on Wade, and they're giving special attention to Bluefield's feature running back. No gain, third down and 10 at the 34-yard line for Bluefield. Fong and R.J. on the left side, and on the far side you've got Smith in the slot and Fields as a split end. Beavers signaling in the play to Fuller and company on this third down and 10. Fuller, three-man rush. They send an extra rusher. The quick release goes to Fong. Fong fighting for yardage, gets down to the 29-yard line. On the look-in, brings up fourth and about 5. A big 4th and 5 for Bluefield. They lead it by 12, 26-14. They're at the 30 or the 29 of Oak Hill. They need the 24. Fuller sends a man in motion. Tall sweep to the right side. And it'll be Fong going back to the left side, fires to Fuller, and the pass was low. I don't think it was designed to do that. It was going to be the flanker around pass for Bluefield on 4th down, but the receivers covered that way. And Fong, who's an excellent quarterback in his own right, flared it back to the left side on a bit of ad lib and short-armed the pass a bit, and it was at Fuller's feet. So that turns the ball over on downs for Bluefield. And Oak Hill will take over at the 20. This is a huge possession for the outcome of this game. After those 2 quick strike touchdowns by the Beavers, if the Red Devils are able to score here, all of a sudden momentum is on the sideline of Oak Hill, and it's going to be a dogfight throughout. Unbalanced line to the left side, split to the left, wing back on the left side. And they go right up the middle to the first man, and that is the fullback, Moritz. Make it Baxter. Baxter stopped at the 27-yard line. Loss of a yard, maybe 2.
Then the clock runs.
Second down and 12. Bluefield showing vulnerability between the tackles on their run defense. Baxter going to the sidelines. with a bit of an injury. He wore the wrath of Bluefield's big lick on that last lost tackle, or that last lost yardage tackle. And Lewis comes back in. He just exited with a bit of a limp. Oak Hill with just 5 on the snap clock. They come to the line of scrimmage to the left side. They get the play off. Toss sweep to the left side to Vargo Thomas. Looks to cut it up. Vargo Thomas in traffic. Lassoed as he gets across the 30 to the 31. Oak Hill really had to run a fire drill to get that play off before the snap clock had expired. Vargo Thomas picks up about 5. 3rd down and 8. They'll march back to the 31-yard line. 3rd and 8 for Oak Hill. The line they need is the 39. They're at their own 31. Late third quarter of play. Wing T. Play faking the quarterback. Rolls to the right side. Fires a pass high and deep down the middle. The pass is deflected and incomplete. Nice pressure applied by Bluefield. Looked like it was R.J. Hairston. Fields on the coverage on the length of the field pass, about the 60-yard pass attempt from Colasino to Braxton Thomas. And the pass goes incomplete. It is 4th down for Oak Hill, 4th down and 8. Punt formation for Vargo Thomas. He's had 1 blocked tonight. Bluefield Fuller 1 and 2 deep along with Sincere Fields. Line of scrimmage is the Oak Hill 31. Good snap. Return is on. Line drive kick. Fuller Fields at the 28. Fuller up to the 30, 33, and gets across the 35 to the 37. Nice play on special teams by Oak Hill's Mike Spack, a sophomore defensive back.
Big defensive stand by the Beavers on the Oak Hill possession.
38 yards on the punt. And Fuller with a short return. That was a huge stop by Bluefield based upon the way this game was trending, Paul.
Right.
New set of downs for Bluefield at their own 34-yard line after they forced Oak Hill's 4th punt of the night. Bluefield has not punted thus far this evening. They have turned it over on downs 3 times. Pistol formation for Bluefield. 2 wide either direction. Play fake. Quarterback fires right side on the screen. It goes to Sincere Fields for short yardage. And Fields is popped on the sideline. On the near side, people upset. They thought it might have been a face mask. Picks up a yard. Stepped out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Bluefield now 8 of 12 for 121. Minute and a half remaining in period number 3. Big game late season for both ball clubs and has playoff ramifications for both. Trips left for Bluefield. 3 men down linemen defensively. Shadowback on the right, hip of Fuller in the gun. Fuller will call his own number on the draw. He's got the first down and then some. 45, midfield belted as he got to the Oak Hill 46-yard line. Fuller won the RPO on the quarterback draw, kept it down to the 46 from 135 to the other 44-yard line. 21 yards by Fuller on the run.
Now, once again, Jim Fuller's coming through one more time as he has in previous games.
8th first down for Bluefield. Oak Hill with 8. With the clock as a teammate, the Beavers let that snap clock melt down just a bit. In the late stages of the third, Bluefield leads by 12. Trips to the left side, 1 to the right side. Shadowback on the hip of the quarterback, and they feed it to him. And this is Wade rambling off the left side, gets across the 40, down to the 38, fumbles the ball. Loose ball scrapped for and covered by Bluefield. I think that was Bluefield's center, Dane Robinson, who saved the day, recovering that fumble by Wade.
They've been going after Wade all the entire game when he gets the ball and also going for the football.
Heads up play by Bluefield's senior center to maintain possession. 2nd down and 5 at the 39. 19 on the snap clock, 23 on the game clock for Bluefield. Wade is on the right hip of the quarterback, 2 wide either direction. Fuller to pass. Fires a pass high and deep to the left side. The pass is caught at the 5-yard line. That is R.J. Hairston with another great grab. It's completed from the 38 down to the 3. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Hairston just making it look easy at 6'4". He's got some terrific hands as well.
Perfectly thrown football by Fuller.
Absolutely. Bluefield 10 of 14 passing now for 156. And that is it. The third quarter has ended. So Bluefield now takes a bit of momentum to the fourth quarter, as at the end of 3 we flip ends of the field. Bluefield will be looking at a 1st and goal at the Oak Hill 3. The score at the end of 3, Bluefield 26, Oak Hill 14. Back in 60. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver
Ad
Football.
paid for by the Century.
You can have all the fun of your favorite sports bar in the privacy of your own home with K&K Music, your man cave superstore. K&K is your official Old House and pool table dealer. We have used pool tables, NCAA licensed cornhole games, and stand-up arcade video game machines. So play some pool, watch the game, and play cornhole, all in the privacy of your own man cave. K&K Music, your man cave superstore with the coolest showroom in town. Stop by and check us out. K&K Music, located on Washington Street in Bluefield, just off Route 460.
Watch the latest games while you shop for your favorite brands at RameyCars.com. We have the latest from GMC, Chevy, Dodge, Fiat, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, and Buick, plus a huge selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. With 5 locations selling the brands that you would trust on offense, defense, and special teams. Take your dream vehicle home today. Great games and great deals. Brought to you by Ramey Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, Ramey Chevy, Buick, GMC, Ramey Toyota, Ramey Tazewell, and Ramey Richlands.
On 100.9 WKOI.
Big defensive stand to force a punt by Oak Hill. Bluefield got nice field position on a run by Fuller to convert a 3rd down, and now a 35-yard strike on the money from Fuller to Hairston, and Bluefield is knocking on the door at the Oak Hill 3. 1st and goal at the right hash mark. They take it left to right into the 4th. Fuller will hand it to Wade running left. Wade will look to the edge, and he'll walk into the end zone. Great blocking on the edge by the Beavers, and Gerard Wade takes it to the left side for the 3-yard touchdown score. And Bluefield restores its lead to 18 at 32-14. Bluefield with the a score 1 play into the third quarter, and now 1 play into the fourth quarter, going for 2. Wade, the 3-yard run. The big play there was that 35-yard pass at the end of the third quarter from Fuller to R.J.
Right. Set this up at the Oak Hill 3.
Bluefield going for 2 after the Wade touchdown run. Fuller will wait for the ball to be marked ready for play. Or operates out of the spread, 2 in either direction. Wade is on his right hip as the shadow back in the gun. Snap to Fuller, will roll to the right side, fires a pass to the right side, and it's good for the 2-point conversion to Fong. Fong ran a little square out in the end zone, and Fuller hit him between the numbers. So as we come back up the field, 2-point conversion is good. Clock has stopped the field to score. Bluefield 34, Oak Hill 14. Back with the Beaver kickoff in a half minute on Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with the new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy Service Department has the latest technology and experienced technicians that are GM factory trained and ASE certified. Stop in for a free alignment check with our alignment specialists using our state-of-the-art equipment. Cole Chevy, just better.
Bluefield Beavers on 100.9 WKOI.
11:55 remaining. Bluefield, after the momentum sort of flirted with the Oak Hill sideline, seized it with some big plays at the end of the third quarter and closed the deal in the red zone on the 3-yard run by Wade. Francisco to kick it away. Omar Lewis center deep at his own 20. Francisco line, drive, kick. Lewis on the run, 25, running to his right, 30, 35-yard line. Wrapped at the 40, takes defenders with him across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Omar Lewis, another nice kick return. Red Devils with good field position. They are down by 3 touchdowns, 34-14. They have at times had Bluefield really off balance, but it's been Bluefield's big plays and special teams that have turned the tide to this point.
As you said earlier, the clock now is a Beaver teammate.
Oak Hill sends Braden Thomas to split to the right side. Vargo Thomas is a wing on the left side. Quarterback play fakes. Colasino under pressure, flushed, will reverse back to the left side and be sacked. It was Francisco to make the sack all the way back to the 33-yard line. Huge loss from the 47 back to the 33. A 14-yard loss on the quarterback sack. Francisco did a great job. Just reached out a big mitt and reeled him in. Oak Hill 2nd down and 24 at their own 33-yard line. So some big plays by the Beaver defense when they needed it. Late third, early fourth. Trips to the left side, shotgun formation for Oak Hill. Snap. This will be the quarterback, and he pitches to the outside to Braxton, or check it to Baxter, and Baxter will move upfield to the 41-yard line. That time, a little bit of a different wrinkle. He had Malachi Lewis as the quarterback. He ran the option. They got solid yardage and get it back to their own 42-yard line. Leaves them, though, with a 3rd and 15. First time we've seen the option pitch tonight. They've got some plays in their offensive arsenal in the run game. Trips to the boundary or the right side. Snap. Quarterback will fake the option, fires it down there. It's going to be a halfback pass in the air, and Bluefield deflects it. That is Sincere Fields coming back to the football to knock it down. It was underthrown. They had Thomas deep, but Sincere Fields saw it, checked, came back to the football, and batted it away.
And once again, the Beaver defense came up big when they needed to. It's now 4th and 16.
This is an interesting decision. It's a difficult convert on 4th and 16, but down by 3 scores and with a run-heavy offense, if they march to the beat of their own drummer, Oak Hill's going to go for it. Shotgun. Short snap quarterback. Fires a pass to the left side to Vargo Thomas. Fumbles the ball, and Bluefield recovers. 5-yard completion, and Vargo Thomas separated from the football. Chris Patton was the guy who recovered it. I think King might have been one of the guys who got in on the hit.
Guys, once again, a big defensive play by the Beavers. Now they have forced a turnover. Now they have the football about midfield.
On the plus side of midfield is Bluefield at the Oak Hill 47-yard line. 3 scores in the first quarter, scoreless second quarter, 3 scores in the third quarter, combined by the two teams. And then Bluefield chalked up one on the first play of the fourth quarter. 10.5 minutes remaining in the contest. Fuller in the gun. They've got an H-back in Francisco. They'll feed it this time to Tyquise Powell, and Powell will rumble his way forward and muscle across the 45 to the 43. So a physical 4-yard run by Tyquise Powell.
And the clock continues to run, 10-15.
Be interesting to see the Beavers, who like to go quick, if they will go ahead and try to slow it down and milk the snap clock. 2 schools of thought on that. RJ splits right. Fong is a slot right, and Sincere is wide to the left side on second down and 6. Pistol back in the shotgun is Tyquise Powell. Francisco the H-back. Fuller feeds to Powell again, and foul this time stopped after about a 1-yard gain if he's lucky. For Oak Hill, coming up to fill was Mason Wills, a 165-pound senior outside linebacker. 3rd down and 5 after gains of 4 and 1 by Tyquise Powell. The Beavers 3rd down and 1. Powell comes out of the game and Wade back in. Score 34-14, Bluefield. 3rd and 5. Fields to the boundary of the left side, trips right. Fuller the gun. Fuller on the sweep to the right side. They go to Smith, and Smith can't get the corner, and he's dropped back at the 46-yard line. So a loss of about 5 back to the original line of scrimmage as Oak Hill strings it out and makes a play. This could be the first punt situation of the night for Bluefield. Fuller, the quarterback, also handles the punting. In this situation, you're almost tempted to go with a delay of game or take it down to just 1 second. 8:27 is a little early to be a clock watcher, but Bluefield wants to be smart with all of this. J.J. Campbell hustles in on special teams for the Beavers. Oak Hill has Malachi Lewis deep at his own 15. Snap to Fuller. Gets the kick away high, spiraling kick down to the 10-yard line. Dropped and fielded again by Malachi Lewis, running to the left side. Looks to cut up the 15 and caught from behind as he gets across the 20 to the 22. Nice high hang time punt by Fuller. There is a flag back upfield at the 46-yard line of Bluefield. Procedure against the Beavers.
That's the first procedure penalty I've seen on the Beavers in a long time, many games.
So Oak Hill with the option. The punt was down to the 10. Lewis dropped it, fielded it cleanly on the hop. And they're going to bring it back upfield and try to punt it again. 8:02 left. Bluefield up 34-14 against an Oak Hill team in AAA. If the playoffs started tomorrow, Oak Hill right now would be in. Bluefield trying to work themselves into that position. They need to close the deal tonight, and then they'll look ahead after tonight at the task of facing them. But opportunity does exist. .38 and counting as Bluefield hustles Chance Yost into the lineup late on this 4th down. Yost the long snapper. High snap, Fuller Fields kicks away. High, shorter kick this time by Bluefield, and it will take a lateral bounce and be killed by Bluefield in the area of the 27-yard line. So that worked out well for Oak Hill. Princeton 34, Bridgeport 29.
That's what they said. Princeton 34, Bridgeport 29. It's on the road for Princeton.
27 yards, no return for the punt. Oak Hill ball at their 27. Wide side of the field will be to the right side, and that's where Braylon Thomas splits. Wingback left side, Vargo Thomas. Two backs are split. Tall sweep will go to the right side to Vargo Thomas. Tripped up in the backfield. Great play by Fong, who submarines and takes his legs out from beneath him for a loss of yardage. Fong has just made big play after big play. Not only tonight, but he's come on like gangbusters all season long.
Every week.
Vargo Thomas limps off the field after that big lick by Bluefield's cornerback. A loss of yardage from the 28 back to the 24. 2nd and 14.
Then the clock continues to run. 6:44 remaining in the game.
Vargo Thomas now back in, and he will go to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun snap. Colasino tries to set up the screen. In the middle, Bluefield was there. Francisco nearly picked it off. It was complete to Baxter, and then Baxter was dropped immediately by Wade, I believe. Oak Hill now 6 of 13 for 77 yards. When this snap is executed, we'll be inside 6 minutes left in the game. Oak Hill 3rd and 11. One wide to the left side. Backs are split. They'll run the inside, reverse this time to Vargo Thomas. Vargo Thomas breaks tackles, gets in the open field to 45 to midfield, jukes the tackler, comes back the opposite way, and finally Pursuit catches him at the Bluefield 41. That time the counter play by Ethan Vargo Thomas went for yardage, and Sincere Fields was able to hustle upfield and make the stop. 30 yards on that carry. And a first down for Oak Hill. They convert a 3rd and 11. They've had 3 or 4 third down and long conversions. Red Devils to the line of scrimmage. Thomas splits to the left side. Vargo Thomas wings right and goes in motion. Toss sweep to Vargo Thomas. Vargo Thomas is going to pass it. Nope, he's going to keep it now. Nobody was open, and Vargo Thomas will scramble back to the line of scrimmage. King turned him back to the inside, and then Pursuit got him for Bluefield Tyquise Powell. And at the bottom of the pile, Francisco assisting on the play. A lot of action for no gain, 2nd down and 10. That was designed to be a wing-back around pass, but no one was open upfield, and Bluefield's pressure blew up the play. Malachi Lewis goes wing on the right side. There's a wing on the left side and one setback behind the quarterback, Colasino. Send a man in motion, and he'll take the snap and roll to the right side. Pressure applied. Fires the pass to the short man, Vargo Thomas. He had hands of Teflon, and the ball scooted off of them. Stops the clock at 4:32 left in the contest.
Be 3rd and 10 for the Red Devils.
He was open and may have had first down yardage. Another 3rd and long. Earlier, Oak Hill converted. And we'll see what they dial up. Bluefield leading by 20 as we enter the final 4.5 minutes of this game. Wing right goes in motion right to left. They fake the pitch and go counter on the left side to Malachi Lewis for short yardage as he tries to find a cutback lane that the Beavers slammed shut. That was Patton again, I think.
It was.
Who came in to slow him down and stop him after a 3-yard gain. Oak Hill 158 on the ground. On the in the passing game, they are 6 of 14 for 77. This time they go with that 5-receiver package to the right side. Empty black backfield for the quarterback. Short drop. Colasino fires a pass to the left side. Pass is complete to Lewis. Makes one man tackle, make a miss. A second man miss, and Bluefield's support is there to stop him on the play. And the ball goes over on downs to Bluefield after a gain just to the 40-yard line. Bluefield, after they saw that 5-receiver bunch to one side and was victimized by it once, they really fly to the football nicely. And it's really backside pursuit as much as it is frontal defense that's allowing the Beavers to make the play on that formation.
For 2 weeks in a row now, Jim, we've seen that, a much improved Beaver defense.
Ball over on downs to Bluefield. 3:48 left, and right now the clock is wearing the maroon and white of Bluefield High. Next week, Ridgeview comes here in what shapes up to be a huge game for Bluefield. The Beavers, like a phoenix, trying to arise from the ashes of a slow start this season, in a pretty good spot here with 4:38. Princeton has held on to defeat Bridgeport 34-29 in a battle of AAA powers. Bluefield pistol formation. Wade at the pistol back spot. Fuller, the QB. Fuller, toss sweep right side to Wade. Looks to cut it up. Got room. 40, 45, 47, 48-yard line. 9-yard gain by Bluefield. Nice block by Fong and also by RJ. Wade that time was able to turn the corner because his receivers made some blocks on the edge.
It's going to be 2nd and 1, I think.
You love to see it when your receivers also block upfield. That's not always the package, but at Bluefield, these guys are lunch pail guys as well as great highlight film guys. 2 wide to the left side for Bluefield. They've got an H-back on the left and a pistol formation on 2nd down and 1. Wade, first down yardage to midfield, and he'll get to the Oak Hill 49. $87 yards rushing for Bluefield. 2:47 and counting. Bluefield led 12-7 at the quarter and at the half, and 26-14 at the end of 3. Had a couple big third-quarter plays on special teams. Not the least of which was Keyshawn Smith's 98-yard kickoff return for a score. 2 wide left. Shadow back on the right. Option play by Fuller keeps it, and Fuller will take it forward from modest yardage to about the 46. 3-yard pickup by Fuller on the quarterback keep on the option, the read option. Bluefield getting closer to 100 yards rushing. They have 90 now. When this snap is executed, we'll be inside 2 minutes left in the contest. 34-14 Bluefield. It hasn't been a game where the Beavers have not been challenged. They have been, and they've answered that challenge with some big plays. Tied into the right side, they'll have an H-back and 2 wide to the left. Fuller looking at the snap clock and letting it melt down. 7 and 6. He's got a pistol back in Wade. We'll toss it to Wade, running to the left side. Wade turns it up, breaks the tackle, 45 to the 40. Dragged down, and he was 1 step away from coast to coast as Wade was stopped on an ankle tackle by Vargo Thomas. It is a first down as it goes from the 46 down to the 35. And Bluefield over 100 yards rushing now to go with 156 in the pass game. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. 1:10 remaining in the contest.
Ridgeview won 20-13 over Abington.
Ridgeview scoring 20 unanswered after trailing 13-zip in that game, so they'll be unbeaten when they come to town next week. Fuller with Wade at the top, and Fuller will take a knee. 47 seconds left as the officials mark it ready for play. And the snap clock is about 3 seconds ahead of the game clock, so Bluefield will have to run one more play. They get into their form of the victory formation, their favorite formation. And Fuller in the gun. The snap and the knee. And that should be it. 20 seconds left on the game clock. Bluefield will win its 3rd in a row, go to 4-5. And next week, how huge will this game with Ridgeview be? Ridgeview unbeaten. Not sure how things will shake out this week among other teams outside and on the bubble in AA. But Bluefield has certainly taken care of business last week and this week, Paul, with a solid effort against a solid Oak Hill team. Final buzzer sounds. The Beavers win it 34-14.
Great win by the Beavers for the 2nd consecutive week. Solid defense. Just a great win for the Beavers.
Final score, Bluefield 34, Oak Hill 14. We'll be back with postgame in 60 seconds. You're listening to Bluefield Beaver football on WKOY 100.9 FM.
If you're in the market for a new ride and looking for the best value, come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors has the most exciting and affordable lineup of vehicles in America, and they're all backed by the best warranty in the business, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And come by and check out the hottest crossover in America, the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. They are awesome. So come see us at Stevens Mitsubishi in Princeton. Mitsubishi Motors, drive your ambition.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Mercer County Health Department, located conveniently between Bluefield and Princeton, here in the heart of Mercer County, is now offering clinical services for our community. Focusing on family planning, women's health, and adult and children vaccinations, our practitioners are available 5 days a week for all your medical needs. Mercer County Health Department, here to serve you.
I'm a HBCU graduate. My son is a graduate. My mother was a graduate.
I'm one of 3 from my family that really graduated from Bluefield State.
What this HBCU is about.
Bluefield State College, guard the hill.
At Cole Chevy, we root for the home team. Score big with a new 2022 Chevy Silverado Custom or Custom Trail Boss, 8 in stock. Cole Chevy, Route 460 at the State Line Bluefield, or shop 24/7 online at colechevy.com.
Cole Chevy's Body Shop is equipped with the latest collision repair techniques and the capability to repair your car's critical safety features. That's why we're a direct repair facility for most major insurance companies. Make your vehicle repair less stressful and pick the iCar Gold Class Certified Body Shop at Cole Chevy.
Later on, after Oak Hill Drive stalled, they punted. Bluefield's Fong came in from being an edge rusher and was able to block the punt, pick it up, and on the scoop and score, Bluefield went from being down 1 to being up 5, 12-7. The 2-point conversion effort was unsuccessful. Scoreless second period, 12-7 at the break. Third quarter, the opening kickoff of the quarter, 98-yard kickoff return by Keyshawn Smith. He got a can opener, a pancake block by Gerard Wade that allowed him to turn it up, and he ran it up the Bluefield sideline from one end zone to the other. And that quick strike touchdown put the Beavers up just 13 seconds into the third, 18-7. Again, the 2-point conversion effort failed. After a 3-and-out by Oak Hill, they got a 65-yard interception return by King on a 4th down that went awry by Oak Hill. Short field for the Beavers. Fuller sealed the deal from 2 yards out for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion on a run by Wade. Bluefield stretched its lead to 26-7 with 8:50 left in the third. Oak Hill on the ensuing possession countered and stayed in the hunt as they had a long touchdown drive. Vargo Thomas, the touchdown on 2 yards out on the option pitch, and he added the PAT, making it 26-14. After Bluefield made a couple of big stops on 3rd down, and the second one forced an Oak Hill punt, Bluefield with 11:55 left in the contest. 2-point conversion, Fuller to Fong after a 3-yard Wade touchdown. That was the final score, 34-14. Bluefield a winner. The Beavers go to 4-5. Oak Hill drops to 5 up and 4 down with a big one now coming up. And the Beavers can focus upon it because they've taken care of 2/3 of what they can control as they head toward the home stretch of the season. When we return in 60 seconds, we'll have the final statistics. Paul and I will have final comments, and we'll take a look ahead to next week. As we go to break, it's Bluefield Beaver postgame. The Beavers a 34-14 winner over Oak Hill tonight at Mitchell Stadium. You are listening to Bluefield Beaver postgame on WKOY 100.9 FM.
How does First Sentinel stand out from other banks?
Wow, is this Noah? He has really grown.
It's an easy answer.
Good morning, Mr. Ray. How are you?
Local people serving local people.
Thanks for coming in today, Blair.
Sure, First Sentinel has all the services you'll find at big national banks, but you can say goodbye to big bank fees and red tape. Here you'll find no-fee cashback checking and no analysis fees on business accounts. And loan decisions are made right here locally at First Sentinel Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Located in the historic bank lobby in Bluefield, the Vault downtown creates an unparalleled experience for our guests. Enjoy the freshest seafood, the finest steaks, exquisite wines, mixed drinks, and exceptional service from our world-class chef and staff. Relax at our Cellar Cigar Lounge. Unwind with one of our premium cigars from our vast selection. Whether you're celebrating or craving an upscale night out, the Vault downtown will provide you with a luxury experience you won't soon forget.
Online at WKOIRocks.com and on the My Radio To Go app.
Final stats in tonight's game. Bluefield 11 first downs to Oak Hill's 8. The Beavers rushed for 101 yards in the contest. Oak Hill accounted for 158 on the ground. Fuller, a stellar night, passing 10 of 14 through the air, no picks, and 156 yards in passing offense for Bluefield. Oak Hill, 7 of 15 passing, had 1 interception. The run back by King set up a Bluefield score, and Oak Hill accounted for 77 passing yards. For Oak Hill, 265 yards in total offense for the Red Devils. For Bluefield, 156 and 101, 257 for Bluefield. The Beavers fumbled twice. They lost 1. Oak Hill fumbled once and lost it. 2 turnovers by Oak Hill. Bluefield punted once for 27 yards. Oak Hill punted 3 times and averaged 32 yards. They suffered 1 blocked punt. 3 Bluefield penalties for 15 yards. Paul, in the last 4 games, Bluefield's been penalized 3 times, 4 times, and 3 times. And in each of those games, they've kept their total penalty yardage to under 35. That's pretty special.
One of the top things, one of the top categories of winning games. You don't get penalized. You have good play on special teams and turnovers.
Speaking of that, when we talk about some of the factors, the first thing that jumps off the page to me is special teams tonight. How huge was Bluefield's big play on special teams in terms of determining the flavor of this game?
Very important. I mean, this special teams tonight came up big for the Beavers. Special teams, whenever they were trailing 7-0, and then Fong picks up the ball and scoops and scores. Big. The kickoff return in the second half by Keyshawn Smith. That was just 2. And the field position was much better tonight as well.
Another thing, too, the interception run back of 65 yards by King set up Bluefield's 4th touchdown. Actually, that was the 5th touchdown because it was the first play of the 4th quarter on a drive that spanned the 2 quarters. But Bluefield had a short field. Oak Hill went for it on 4th down, and King was able to come up with another big play. Remember, last game, it was his game-opening 64-yard kickoff return that started things pointed in the right direction against Tazewell. And he just seems to be coming on and making plays. Fong making some big plays. You look all up and down the lineup, and you're seeing a lot of folks really grow up. I thought that Dane Robinson, with the recovery of that fumble when the game was, at that point, 26-14 and Bluefield was on the move, that could have flipped the script had Oak Hill come up with that one as well. So don't lose that as a footnote to tonight's game as well. But Fuller, again, making big plays. You can almost see Bluefield like a thoroughbred, smelling the roses in the finish line and trying to finish strongly. We're not sure, Paul, really how it will shake out. I know Coach Fritz Simon is really a West Virginia SSAC statistician, if you will. He understands how all of that works. But from a macro standpoint, Bluefield tonight with a win against a AAA that's got 5 wins to its credit, and I believe most of those have been against equivalently sized opponents, other AAA teams. So Bluefield will pick up 12 points for beating that AAA, along with victories for every win Oak Hill has against a AAA. Ridgeview coming up, and they're unbeaten. I believe they'll be bringing an 8-0 or a 9-0 record into Mitchell Stadium next Friday night. So now if the Beavers are able to win that one, then Bluefield's done everything it can to try to continue to take the climb that people at the turn of the year thought really was the most marginal of chances to actually occur. Bluefield's doing what it has to in order to make this improbable run become possible.
Ridgeview is very tough. As we found out last year, you and I were there. We jumped out to a big lead last year. They have a lot of returning players. And then they closed the gap, and we got out with about a 2-point margin of victory. Very fortunate to win.
By the hair on our chinny chin chin, we won last year, but it was a sweet win for Bluefield in that late run to postseason. So Bluefield tonight winning it 34-14. Big plays abounding, especially on special teams. Fuller was stellar. His receivers, I thought that R.J. Hairston made some huge catches. Fong as well, Sincere Fields. Gerard Wade runs hard. They really, I think, focused on Wade, limited him until late in the game. But don't lose, again, another footnote in this one, as well as Robinson's recovery of the fumble. It was the block by Gerard Wade on the second half kickoff return that opened the door and allowed Keyshawn Smith to take it to the house from one goal line to the other. So Wade, not one of the prima donna backs that you see that pouts if he doesn't get his number called 20 times. He's making plays all over the field. Last week, R.J. was being double-teamed, so he was out of the pass game, but he deflects 6 passes on the defensive side of the ball. You really like what you're seeing in terms of chemistry, teamwork, and selflessness as Bluefield circled the wagons and made this late-season push.
This offense tonight, led by quarterback Caleb Fuller and R.J. Harrison, Fields, Wade, and others, has improved. We won 4 out of the last 5 games the Beavers have.
And those 5 blocks of granite up front, Yost, Walton, Robinson, Overton, and Tabor, have really established things. Bluefield's very balanced now in the pass-run effort. Any final comments?
Next, we'll enjoy the win. The Beavers will enjoy the win. The wins are hard to come by, but next week is a playoff game for the Beavers.
It is the playoff before the playoffs. Our next broadcast, as Paul referenced, will be next Friday night. Ridgeview will be coming to town. Pregame at 7:10. The opening kickoff at 7:30. Unbeaten Ridgeview coming to town. Our thanks tonight to studio coordinator Ethan Stinson, to Paul Sutphin for his analysis and insight, but most of all our thanks to you for your time this time. Until next time, this is Jim Nelson from Mitchell Stadium, where the final score tonight, in a big one, was Bluefield 34, Oak Hill 14. You've been listening to Bluefield Beaver Football on WKOY 100.9 FM and online at WKOYRocks.com. Thanks for listening, everybody.